if you sign into UNR Wi-Fi, if you need it, then you can just find the network, the UNR dash yes, and then it's either using your email or your phone number, and then it will send you your email or your phone, and when you get on, you can be able to sign in with the Wi-Fi that's here. If you somehow have to revenue or any player, raise their hand. He is the person to go. Is So I'm a faculty in the School of Home Health at UNR, and I am the one who brought a proposal to USDA for a grant that will be helping me to farmers markets and farmers in the state of Nevada. So part of the grant has been providing training to farmers and farmers market managers and vendors in markets on how to use various marketing tools. And so today we are gonna introduce the team to you to the actual marketing stage. So that is the agenda for today. And we are doing it in 3 different places throughout the state. So we last Wednesday in Elko with farmers and farmers market managers and vendors in the area. Today we're doing it in Northern Nevada. The next week we are providing training in Southern Nevada. Hopefully from Las Vegas, so it's in the Toronto area. So we have a lot of partners. So we are kind of holding ourselves in the farmers markets, but also we've been working with Small Business Development Center. Looks like we have Kelly. So Kelly is from, it looks like there's some music.
Yes.
Nice. So it is a meditation.
Yeah, I'm sorry, are you ready for me?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sorry, I was caught having a sidebar conversation. So everyone, greetings. I'm Kelly Kelly. I'm the Agriculture and Food Systems Business Advisor for the Nevada Small Business Development Center. I work with my colleague Brad, who had to step away to go have a meeting with our state director and Senator Rosen's team, but he will be back. He was here earlier with the networking event. The Nevada Small Business Development Center provides no-cost, confidential, one-on-one business advising to folks like you. People who are starting small business operations. I specifically work with farm and food systems businesses. So if you're interested in accessing our services, it's pretty simple. You just go to our website, which is nevadasbdc.org. In the center, there's a landing button that says request advising. You click that button, fill out the new client intake form. And if you put anything about farm, farmers market, cottage foods, our intake specialist will send you my way. And so there's all sorts of things that we can help you with at the intersection with marketing, identifying your particular customer segments, figuring out who those people are, where they get their information, and how to best get information about your business in front of those people. And just working through that process, developing marketing plans. If you're interested in going for grant funding or for a loan, we can help you work through building out your business plan, doing your pro forma financial projections. There's a whole bunch of different resources that we can help you with. Our main state office is located at the University of Nevada, Reno in the Ansari Business Building, but we have advisors all around the state. Most of those advisors work across a variety of sectors, but work geographically, whereas I cover the whole state, but specifically for food systems and agriculture and some culinary connection. In addition, I don't know that do you have time later for Brad to talk about Grown in Nevada, or do you want me to do that now? Okay, so Brad will be back and he'll be available to answer your questions, but he is our community programs manager. So he runs two marketing programs that are housed at the Small Business Development Center. The first one is called Made in Nevada. Made in Nevada is a marketing program for businesses that produce things here in Nevada. A partner program to that is Grown in Nevada. A number of years ago, this program was initiated as Nevada Grown. And about 2.5, Ann, was it 2.5, 3 years ago? I think we moved it underneath the SBDC to run concert with Made in Nevada, so it was rebranded with Grown in Nevada. What Grown in Nevada membership, it's free for you to participate. We have mailing lists, we have a website that includes all of the farmers markets in Nevada on there. And people come to us because they want to prioritize purchasing from businesses that are based here in the state. So we have already kind of identified this customer segment for you, and they know to come to us already. And the value of this program increases the more people join it. So if you join Grown in Nevada and you're saying to your customers, hey, we're Grown in Nevada members, we have a storefront on the free e-commerce platform that is available for Made in and Grown in members, then those customers come to that website and not only are they able to buy from you, but they're also identifying all of these other Nevada businesses that are in that network. We've recently launched a new window cling, and those window clings, if there are restaurants, for example, that are buying produce from your farm operation, then, or you know that there are chefs who are coming and they're purchasing from your farmers markets, you can give a window cling to them to put up at their location that says that they're a proud supporter of Grown in Nevada businesses. So that's a brand new window cling. I don't even think we've handed any out yet, but we have them here today. Are there any questions about the Made in Nevada program, Grown in Nevada, or services from the Nevada Small Business Development Center?
So you can get details about the Made in Nevada website from the small business?
Yeah, so those are programs that we run and we house within our organization. I have some little cards in the back that have contact information. If you want more information, you want to be on the mailing list, kept in the loop, you can fill out your information on that little note card and Brad will get you information about the site.
So just for clarity, because the Made in Nevada, is that similar to like an Etsy platform?
It is. Our e-commerce platform, the way that people have described it to us is a better Etsy. So we don't charge anything for certified Made in Nevada or by Grown in Nevada businesses to have a storefront on that site. That's something that we have grant funding to subsidize the platform. So you can have your free e-commerce site. Brad likes to say, we hand you the keys to your own e-commerce site and off you go, right? The only fees that are charged are the credit card processing fees that your customers would pay when they use that platform. And we don't tell you how to do it. We just ask that you have 2 to 3 products available in your store at any given time. How you manage that, how you deliver to your customer is entirely up to you to identify. So, again, if you sign up for Made in Nevada or Grown in Nevada membership, then you can go and register to be a part of that site. And it's buymadeinnevada.com is the website. Yeah, absolutely. The other thing that I just want to is, Sabina, are you going to talk about Food Business Center or should I?
Yeah.
Okay. Or I can do it since I'm.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so another thing to know about is the new Nevada Food Business Center, which is a collaborative effort. We're part of the Southwest region. It's funded through the USDA. So that's California, Arizona, Nevada, and Utah. In our Nevada team, the program is housed at University of Nevada, Reno Extension, but the team includes the Small Business Development Center, the Nevada Department of Agriculture, the Desert Farming Initiative, and a variety of partners. And what we're here to do is we're here to provide technical assistance, coordination and collaboration, and capacity building. So the technical assistance is facilitated through DFI, through myself at the SBDC, and a little bit through the UNR Extension Small Business Education Program. The capacity building is that we have 3 years of grant funding available. We're doing 2 kinds of grants. The first is a competitive business builder award each year for the next 3 years. We're in the application window right now for the first year. We'll have $200,000 in grant funding. Those projects can be up to $50,000. The application is open now. So if you want more information about that, you can touch base with myself or with Sabina. We can direct you into where you can get more information. The second grant program is going to be a technical assistance connected grant. We'll have a cohort of agriculture and food systems business owners who go through a 10-week education program that's we're aiming to start in April. And upon successful completion of that program, those cohort members will be eligible for either an award of $5,000 or $10,000. We'll be running these programs for the next 3 years, so 25, 26, and 27. And I'll be around all day, so if you have questions, come and find me during one of the down times. Clearly, I'm not good about not having sidebar conversations, so please be respectful of everyone else and just come see me during lunch. Jolene, did you have a question?
What are the details of the educational component of the course?
Yeah, so it's all connected to food businesses. And so there's business planning, there's organizational structure, we'll have guest speakers coming in to talk about legal things that you need to think about regarding laws, things to do with accounting, supply chain, marketing, all of those different pieces. I think, yeah. Thank you.
Kids here, like, it's not going anywhere, please grab her if you have any questions, and that's the point of like having this session with all the, partners. And also today, the breakfast was sponsored by, Small Business Development Center, so feel free to grab coffee or fruit, as, you are sitting in for training. And so that's me, the faculty, and then also Stephanie Purnell, who've been interacting with you for, like attending this workshop. Actually, she is a master's student in our program, and so she's a project manager. And it's fantastic to have her. She's doing another training actually for alcohol farmers at this time. So, but you'll see her, she's tall, she is pretty noticeable. And if you have any questions about this project after this training, then, she's also another, good contact person. DFI is another important partner. So, Claire.
Yes. The Desert Farming Initiative is part of the University of Nevada, Reno in the Ag Research Division. We're a 5-acre farm. We also partner with the university doing internships, and we host a internship program as well for jumpstarting new Nevada farmers. And so I'm kind of the point person for all of the Northern Nevada questions. If you have any technical assistance that you require, feel free to shoot me an email and we can kind of get that figured out. As you'll see, Yoon and Ashley will kind of go over some of their presentations today and give you some best practices. And if you try to incorporate those into your business and you run into any hiccups, feel free to reach out to our team and we can kind of help you through the process.
What's your name again?
Well, my name's Claire.
And everybody's contact will be on the last page of the slide, and then the slide will be sent to you since you sign up, with your email. So don't worry, you have all the information in your mailbox. And we have quite a few people from Extension. Maybe Sabina first.
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Sabina Malik. I'm a professor. I can answer. I'm a professor at UNR Extension in Las Vegas for Healthy Food Systems. I've got my staff here with me, Andrea, who is also amazing. We also have a list for Small Ag Roundtable. That's a statewide coalition where we'll send out grant opportunities. We just sent out like 5 new ones this week. Letting people know about this like universal label that the Small Business Development Center is leading. so that people can really know that this is a local business. We're supporting local, we're supporting Nevadans, right? They want to buy from those Nevadans. So that's like a great marketing strategy to incorporate. We also work with Claire to get people SNAP authorized at their markets so that people can use their SNAP benefits to purchase directly from you. So we have a lot of different programs going on. I also chair the Southern Nevada Food Council. Jolene's here from the Northern Nevada Food Council. So there's a lot of programs that we can do together. So we hope to keep communicating with you. And if you want to get on that listserv for the small ag roundtables, we meet just once a month, just to let people know about updates and different opportunities that are going on within agriculture.
And introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Andrea. I'm also working on the Healthy Food Systems team in Southern Nevada. And if you guys want to join the small ag roundtable meetings, feel free to contact me.
We did say like a north and south do not interact too much, but if you need to be in touch with someone in Southern Nevada, and we are the people to go. So I just want to point that out as well. Ashley.
I'm Ashley Andrews. I'm a marketing communication specialist with the University of Nevada, Reno. I'm housed in the College of Agriculture, Biotechnology, and Natural Resources, and I work with the college's Experiment Station Extension and Extended Studies Outreach and Research units. Pretty much if there is a challenge that you're facing in your personal life, your professional life, your community, in your business, there is a program in our college that is specifically designed to support you in that. And you're always welcome to contact me for that support. I will get you connected to folks like Sabina and others all across the state. We're active in all 17 counties and even have some properties in California, and we'll get you resources and support. But today I'm proud to be working with Park and the School of Public Health, and I'll be seeing you and you'll be hearing from me a lot. Apologies in advance for that on the website marketing and social media marketing sessions coming up soon.
Do you have like a card with your contact information?
I do, and I'll get that to you, and I'll also have my information on the slide that Park and team are gonna be emailing out to you, so if the card goes missing between now and when you have an emergency, don't worry, it'll be in your inbox.
And then maybe Rob.
My name's Rob Holly. I'm also with the Desert Farming Initiative and in another role, Holly Family Farms as a partner farm with the Grow Organic Nevada program. I'm here this morning, actually I'll be talking this afternoon, but I'm here to share information on the Grow Organic Nevada program and things to consider as far as incorporating certified organic farms and producers into your businesses and perhaps why that might be good for your business. So anyway, and I'll have, there's not a lot of extra space, so I'm gonna reorganize my space around lunchtime. And I'll have my business card and some other information out here for you, and you're welcome to ask me any questions. And again, you'll hear more from me this afternoon. Rob Holly is.
And also, Redwood School of Journalism has been also very important part of this project. So, June.
My name is Ki Un Yoon, but I want my last name Yoon. I'm a professor and the dean of the Reynolds School of Journalism. And you see these bags are designed by some of our students. The logo there, I'm very proud. So my role in this project is connecting with specialists in this area, how to produce, for example, logos and whatnot. But as an individual participants of this project, as you know, actually I'm the co-PI. She's the PI, I'm co-PI, and is working on the digital marketing area, particularly in the Google Maps and search engine optimization. So that's it. That is my specialty area in this project. So feel free to contact me. I have contact information here. So yeah, welcome.
She's actually also with Stephanie right now to give us training actually on media and media relations. So she is a marketing communication specialist at the Journalism School, and she is contributing to this project as well. So again, I think that everybody signed in. I don't think I missed anybody, but in case if you didn't sign in and you didn't get these, please like after this, before we have actual session, just go ahead and sign in and then get a bag and the magnet. If you scan this QR code, it leads to the Nevada Grown, or Grown in Nevada webpage that lists all the farmers markets and information on one webpage. So please feel free to share with your friends, just let them know we have a list and people can go to farmers markets. So this is kind of overview of the team. Did I forget anybody? No. So the goal is really like promoting farming and farmers market in the state of Nevada. We cannot have enough farmers in this state, as you know. And the more we get to know about this state, we know that we really have, huge shortage of food grown in the state. I think that our neighbors in California are really, generous in sending their food to our way, but also we just have to have a certain, amount of food that's produced in our backyard. So that is kind of our vision to help farmers markets and farmers doing better in promoting themselves, so the more consumers are coming to the market that feeds into this, positive activity. So we wanted to have at the end of this project, which is ending at the end of this September, to increase consumer visit to farmers markets. Actually, we did some survey. The first year, second year, we compared the data, and actually there has been increase in the consumer traffic to farmers market in Nevada, which is a great news. And then also we would hope, we want to increase farmers market sales. Before we start this, training and also marketing promotion during the summer. And also we're gonna increase farmers sales at farmers markets. So these are the primary objectives of this project. So we did a marketing strategy, session, and then we came up with a strategy plan, and then also we did a needs assessment of the farmers markets in the entire state of Nevada, which was done in the year 1, year 2, and 3. We have two major activities. One is this set of training in all 3 different sites throughout the state. That is one big part of it. And then another major activity is actual marketing activity that we do on your behalf. So we have a Nevada Farmers Markets page on Facebook and on Instagram. And we've been promoting all of the farms and the farmers market that we are aware of using those platforms. So if you have a web, Facebook page or Instagram page that you want us to promote, and let more people know, please, just like us, and then we will also get, in touch with you and help with, more visibility of your pages. Also, we did a radio announcement both in, throughout the entire state using the NPR stations up in Reno and also NPR station in Las Vegas. And we plan to do that again this year in summer because summer is kind of peak season for farmers market. We also do a lot of Google and Facebook based advertising campaigns. And so as we promised farmers market managers for attendance today, we will allocate a certain amount of money to specifically promote your farmers markets, for your, attendance today. And for farmers, if you have any of the issues during this training, reach out to Claire since you are in Northern Nevada. Claire is a contact person and Claire can help you if there's some issue that she not, sorted out, then she will go to, the experts like Ashley or Yoon or Lila, just get the, answers for your questions. So we just want to be as much as hands-on as possible. And we actually, did help some of the market managers and farmers. And, last week when we went to Elko, we got really good feedback that they felt like the training and the technical assistance has been really hands-on and really practical. And that's what we tried to do. So today is just opening and a preview. And then also there's only one actual that we are training that we are doing. That's with the website marketing with Ashley today. And then next Wednesday at 10 o'clock, we are doing a community and media relations with Lila. And then the next Wednesday, we're doing on-site marketing with Rob and Kelly. And then the next Wednesday, so on February 12th, that's a social media marketing again with Ashley. And then February 19th, web functionality marketing like the Google Maps and the search engine optimization with Yoon. So that is a training schedule. Again, you don't have to write it down. It's if you So there is a QR code where you can sign up for all of these, you know, Zoom-based trainings. So I'll show you the QR code as well, but also since you provided your email to us, we will also send out a links to, you know, the signing up for the training after today. So just remember that we'll have all this virtual training starting next Wednesday at 10 o'clock. And there is no cost to you. Today's agenda, so then here's the introduction and overview. We're getting really close and I really hate to move time. So I think that we are almost there. And then from 10:30 to 11:30, we'll have an actual website marketing training with Ashley. And then from 11:30 to 12:30, it's lunchtime that we are providing lunch. And this year we got a sponsor from your life insurance. So we will have a lunch and at the same time, if you have any questions about the website marketing that we'll go over in the next hour, you can, you know, grab Ashley or me or anybody, you know, who is on the team who just, you know, spoke and then let us know what we can help with. And then from 12:30 to 11:15, we have a preview of a web functionality marketing, Google Maps, and search engine optimization from 1:15 to 2 p.m. We have a social marketing preview. So that is the agenda. And I didn't seek out sponsorship for our lunch because it was, you know, included in the grant money that I got from USDA. But then I got, you know, I heard from a person in local who just wanted to sponsor a good cause. And, you know, the money that we save from, you know, like sponsorship, we can do more promotional activities for farmers and farmers markets. So I thought that it's, you know, just a great way to show that actually there is a support within the community of farming and farmers markets. So we gladly accepted the donation. So Michael, do you wanna just say something briefly?
I brought a friend too. So my business partner and I, we work with a lot of blue collar business owners, family owned businesses that have a lot of high integrity. And so just from my background, I haven't personally experienced a lot of the issues that the farming industry has experienced, but I can tell you that, you know, my mom made everything and anything under the sun and had her own little garden going on. So Gio has a little bit more experience. I'll let him introduce him.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of got into this with her. She brought it up to me and thought it was perfect. And my grandpa was a cowboy by trade. He rodeoed. I worked horses about 10 years, mom's side of the family. They worked raspberries down south of the border. My brother worked rice on Biggs, California, Slider Ranch. I don't know if you guys heard of them, but this is kind of one that hits home, so.
So our just, you know, our sweet spot is just the succession planning. We're really looking at, okay, what are strategic, you know, approaches we can have with the community so that we can get more people to support the local farming initiative, or even using our resources for free, our partners, to help you grow and kind of think outside of the box for different income sources. Cause, you know, everybody follows the money. So if we could get more people to follow the farming initiative, that would be great, while also, you know, not changing anything in your guys' lifestyle, but just making it better. So we're here to partner, break some bread together, and you know, hopefully we'll get to meet a few of you while during lunch. So thank you.
So that's today's agenda. Again, this is where you can register for the online training starting next Wednesday. So it's once a week. It's pretty much, so you get to see us every week. So there is a QR code. And then the last slide is the list of all the people we introduced today and also their contact information. So Claire provided her phone number. I didn't, but actually I'm a lot better at responding to emails and actually answering my call. You can ask my husband. And he's in there, so. So this is the contact information. Again, we'll send this PowerPoint to everybody who is in attendance today. So that is it in terms of an introduction. Any questions, suggestions? Anybody wanna get another bag? Limited supply. I even didn't give it to my team yet, so.
I'll have another one.
Here we go. Yeah, you asked for it, so you get it.
Yay.
Yeah. So please have a, like, again, get some water, coffee, whatever you need, and then we will get started on the website marketing.
I just looked at the.
feel like I'm in the
Middle seat.
I am.
Yeah, just. And you can.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Mouthful food, I'm sorry.
Seedlings that are.
Nice.
It's now. Everything in their seasons. And it takes you like digitally controlled. That's for my. So you know, how hot light gets in there. Very much like.
I use 10.
Exactly the same.
10 is that.
Just kinds of.
I got it.
That's the fun part about it. I wish it was.
It's much smaller. Half an acre.
Forward those emails.
Or I'll get you guys all signed up. Thank you guys signed up.
Might live in a really like me, really like, oh, it is giving me a lot of.
Are you working?
I think I'm gonna post it on the Nevada Environmental.
Thanks.
So like, what do you say? I think it's starting to, we've got 5 minutes.
I'm with the state.
If it's like your fire, every day, just left. So like, you're gonna.
Go out. I never get the prices and stuff. I know.
So we have a lot of people.
Oh, so I'm coming. One of the other farmers said, "Run, you got it." Yeah, so I didn't. Oh, do you wanna have just like the meeting?
And I don't understand how to.
I'm obviously. We got some.
All like together. It's like, I don't understand, like universities, all these universities.
Yeah, she's great.
I know.
And it doesn't require me to. More than that, it seems like they are.
There should be somebody who could help.
Didn't have the best.
Audrey was here.
Me and her didn't have.
Oh, you said it's.
That's totally.
Last track came to the.
My time is like.
Yeah.
It's not.
I want to.
Yeah, it's fun.
Go with you. I have never been there. I gotta say, I'm not like, gone through like.
Yeah.
I'm tired of. Yeah, what I wanna get is, I'd rather break all down. I don't know how to, I'm ready to rock. Smart. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Don't have these, but I like having a reference, like, I just wanna see it.
I told her,
Oh,
I
straight
know.
up.
The calendar, but I'm fine. I know.
Yeah.
Folks are back from snack.
That's helpful. I was maybe just right there, but everybody else can't. That's a lot. You just.
So hi again. I know I just. I'm Ashley Andrews. I am a marketing communication specialist with the University of Nevada, Reno. And like I teasered in the introductions, I'm here to work on website marketing. And I'm so glad that you all registered and are here. It feels great to get off of campus and to the community. Rub shoulders with you guys who are feeding us and nourishing us. No, I'm sorry. Try to get some everywhere. No, I always have good aims. Okay. While you guys were getting snacks, I spread out some checklists throughout the room. Please let me know if I did not get one at your desk, so I can make sure to connect you with that resource. I'm going to use it during our time together. And as far as our time together goes, I'm not going to wing it this time, right? But it's also not gonna look the same way it looked last year for those of you who are repeat offenders and are back again for more. It won't be a total bore to you guys, because I'm not going to reread the same slides that I read to you last year. I'm gonna read you some, great. This is what that plan's gonna look like. We're gonna do a quick overview of website marketing. So it's not to bore the people who were here last year, just that quick overview, memory refresher. But so as not to leave any new folks behind that I haven't seen before, we'll have that moment to get you all caught up, squared away, right? Then we're going to work through some website marketing checklists and worksheets together. That's gonna give us an audit of where we are now in our website marketing efforts and help us to like triage our lives plan for the wonderful year of 2025. And help in the checklist, which areas in our lives needs most attention, is most on fire, and we can start working on those things. And the worksheets will guide us through that step by step, so we don't have to make it up as we go along. I was kind of appalled now that I'm a grown up that love being a grown up is making it up as we go along. When I was younger, I thought my parents had it together, right? And I kind of longed for a manual to life to help straighten me out. A lot of small business ownership. Fire and jumping from one thing to another and coming up with solutions and building the plane as you're flying it, right? But I don't want to leave you all stranded in that without any support, having to make it up as you go along, being an expert in your field and then mine too on top of that. So I've got those checklists and worksheets that are gonna provide you that support on your journey in website marketing in 2025. So last year, there we go. We talked about how website marketing is not so much an if you build it, they will come situation where you slap up a website and then bam, instant farmer's market or farmer's market vendor, business success, and you never ever have to touch your website or do anything else ever again, right? Wouldn't that be nice? We'd all be rich by now if that were the case. But instead, last year, we talked about how since that's not the case, what is the case? Instead, website marketing is more of an if you make it ridiculously easy for market shoppers and vendors to shop with you and vend with you by having an awesome website that has all of the information that they want and need on it, plus content and features that inspires, that motivates them to act, that forms that relationship and connection with you to act. Then those folks will do those things for you, right? Which is important for your business success, but only if you then remind them a lot.
Not too much.
I don't know. Once you shake me, it's gone. I can have the best intentions, like this weekend, we get my life together, I'm gonna cook real food. I'm not gonna eat it out of a box. I'm gonna go to the farmer's market, I Google in my area, I see your website, and it tells me all the information I need on it, and I go, okay, I'm gonna do that, right? But that was on Sunday, your market's not until next Saturday. A lot of life is gonna get in the way between now and then, but if you text me, email me, put a reminder on my calendar, make it pop up. 9 a.m. Get ready. The market's in an hour. I'm like, oh no, gotta find real shoes. Put on real pants and go outside today, right? So I don't know. It's pretty hard to remind me too much to do the thing that you need me to do. That ultimately I need me to do so I can have a better life. So we're both gonna benefit if you can only keep me in line. It's really hard, right? You gotta remind me a lot. On your market, banners, signs, flyers, business cards, everywhere else that the market is online, on your socials, put your website, right? And around town, on the bulletin boards, put up your flyers, and on your flyers have a link to your website. Put it in your Google business profile that Ian's gonna talk about. And put your website and its information in the market updates to subscribers. When you text people, when you email people, when you send out your email newsletter, right? Link back, drive the traffic back. Keep reminding me that I need to do this for both of our sakes. And then maybe I'll put on my real shoes and go outside today, right? Maybe I will get there. And when you're using your website that way, it is your marketing home base. You are taking everything about your business and putting it in the hands of your future shoppers and future vendors and sponsors and volunteers, all the people in your community that have a stake in your existence right in their hands. And then you're pushing out all of that information, all of those website updates, everywhere else that you are in person and in online. And when you're doing that, that's when you're making it easy for people to shop and vend. You're removing obstacles like knowledge gaps. You're removing obstacles like, I don't know how to tell if fruit is ripe, right? You're removing obstacles and you're building relationships and habits in me so that I want to shop with you because I know you care about me and I care about you. That's why I want to shop with you so that you have a successful business and you're building habits in me. You're getting me used to coming out. You're getting me to make Saturday market day, right? That's the whole thing, website marketing. It is a lot of work, right?
So in a business, how many hours per week do you think you should be putting into this?
That's the fun part.
Because I barely have time to make a product.
Growing up, my parents were appalled that they managed to raise a hippie. I love recycling.
Yeah.
And you're gonna love recycling too, because all of your marketing can be recycling. So in your first go at website marketing, it's gonna be a bigger lift because you're gonna have to chase down all the little bits and pieces of information that needs to go on your website. But then a lot of that information is stable and you don't have to touch it all that much. Like the name of your business is not going to change very much. Your name's not going to change very much. Your address, your email, your phone number, dates, times, locations might flex a little bit, but not a ton. And you'll already have all of that looked up and put online somewhere. A lot of the website content that makes farmers market or farmers market vendor business successful is pretty shelf stable, frequently asked questions. What's in season now? Well, what's in season this January? It's the same stuff that was in season last January. So if I wrote that blog post for last January, I can copy and paste it for this January, right? And frequently asked questions about your products. How do I care for my essential oil beads, what happens when I want to change the scent that's on them, like that stuff doesn't change all that much. So a lot of your website content you can recycle, and you can recycle it not just on your website, but on your social media and in your email updates to subscribers. You can email out the same recipe for National Tomato Day that you emailed out last year. Your shoppers aren't gonna remember last year. They don't remember what they did last year, let alone remembering what you did last year, right? So a lot of this, you'll think that sounds like a huge lift, and yes, it does when you're first getting started. But then you're gonna, as you engage in website marketing, you're gonna have a list of information, photos, videos, like recipes, things that come up year after year, season after season, they're recyclable. And then maybe my parents won't be so appalled that they raised a kid, because that recycling saves time. And my parents, like you guys, they're hard workers. Like, I don't think I saw my dad sit down very much. And at the end of the day, we'd have to peel him out of those boots, and that was an experience of all the senses. Right? But when you're that bone tired, after working on your business all day, making your products, right? Getting out in the fields and trying to put some organic matter in our Nevada soil that has less than 1/10 of organic matter in there, but we need it to grow food, right? And then how many hours do I have for website marketing? It's not very many. But that's okay, because we're gonna recycle, and that's gonna save us a ton of time. I hope that helped with answering your question. It's gonna seem like a lot at first, but it's a slow and steady wins the race kind of thing. So don't worry about going super fast right now and burning yourself out. Just get better incrementally year after year, season after season, and then recycle year after year, season after season. Also delegate. There's a lot to your website marketing and your social media marketing that other people that aren't you can do for you. And the fun thing is, they'll do it even if you don't pay them. Like your shoppers will produce you marketing content if you hold photo contests at the market. And they will enter, and then you have more photos to put in your photo library that you didn't have to pay a photographer to produce, that you didn't have to leave your booth unattended to take, that you can use year after year, season after season. And they'll do it for the silliest thing. You don't have to always be able to pay them a living wage, although wouldn't that be nice? You can just give things away for free that you already have. So at the university, when we would like folks to do that for us in our horticulture department, back when we did soil testing, we'd give away a free soil test for these photo contests. The cost for us to run a soil test wasn't all that much. We charged $10, so our cost was less. We could live without that $10, and in exchange for all that free content, yes, we could. And then we could use that content in our fact sheets, our educational materials to the community that teach people about horticulture. Everybody wins. I've given away hand-me-downs online. Not even kidding. Again, horticulture example. I gave away some of the books that we use in the Master Gardener program that were my personal copies from building out the curriculum. So they had underlining and highlighting and all sorts of fun stuff. I got on social media, said, enter to win my personal copy, right, of the Master Gardener handbook, annotated with information that's going to make your garden better this year. All you have to do to win this, take a photo of your garden, is sign up to be on our garden tour, is, whatever it is that I need out of them, yeah? And you will get entries for hand-me-downs. You'll get entries for ugly things. I've given away ugly fruit. Sign up for my email newsletter. I will give the one lucky runner the ugliest fruit of the week. Something I couldn't sell. Why not? So yeah, sounds like a lot, but you can have people help you with it. You can delegate to family, friends, employees, and the people who love you in the community who are shopping with you already. What were you thinking?
Are you taking questions?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I've been doing farmers markets for a while
Yeah, you have.
and creating and recreating them, whether recreating was at a different location.
Mhm.
And what's happened is that I'm competing against Brianna
Uh-oh.
and
Looking around.
others,
She's not here.
where we're gonna get the vendor there because the customers aren't coming because they're going somewhere else. And I understand that the draw has to start some way or another to get them there. How do you get the vendor? And I'm trying to, figure this one out. How do you get the vendors there when when they want to be somewhere else,
Mhm.
because they gotta make their money.
Yep,
You
they
know?
do.
So if there's some points, hints, tips, whatever, you know, that
Totally.
word, I'd love to hear it.
So from a website marketing perspective, tips for getting the vendors there, and we'll just fast forward here. Where am I? Is it this way? Nope, keep going. There you go. Is when you're getting further on in your website marketing, you've already got the website up. Its name matches your social media handles name, it's got your date, time, your location when you're there, what people can buy there, how they can pay for products there, all that like stuff that is easiest to get up on the website because it's stuff that just lives in your brain. You don't have to dedicate a ton of resources to getting it up there. After you move through that phase of the website marketing, you start getting into step 2 and step 3 of it. It'll start having you develop content that takes more time because it's not just stuff you can make up as you go along. And one of those pieces is the for vendors section. And one way that farmers market managers can attract vendors and retain those vendors to their market is by having market policies and structures that support and empower the vendor. So if a market has a simpler, easier, faster, more efficient, affordable online vendor application process, then another market, a small business owner with not a lot of time in their lives to be jumping through hoops and filling out forms and paying more and more fees, right, is gonna look at the 2 options and pick that one that has that website functionality to support an easy process for vendors to join the market. So it takes looking at the vendor policies and then building the forms and the systems online, getting those policies, that information online around that, so that on your market website, you have a whole section designed to support vendors. And from there, besides market policies and forms and processes, making that nice and easy and supportive for vendors, other website marketing stuff that you can do to attract and retain vendors is building them out a little section that helps them to do well in their business, because when their business succeeds, then yours does too. So see if you can pair up long-time vendors with new vendors so that the new vendors get some mentorship and aren't stumbling around the dark. See if you can put on your website information on, so you think you want to vend at the market. How do you know if your business is ready? 5 tips for the best market stall you can put together. Links to things like the Small Business Development Center, the Nevada Food Center, the Desert Farming Initiative, so that you are building them up as people, as vendors, as business professionals, and getting them the support that they need. Because if one market is successful and is supportive and has mentorship and easy policies and procedures, and another one doesn't have those things, the choice of if I can only vend at one starts getting me over to choose you because you're supportive, you care about me, you have resources, your policies make sense. But if you have some market policies that are putting a lot of strain and pressure on vendors and another market doesn't, then that choice starts swinging the other way. The other thing to think about is that as our food system becomes more complete, those gaps start getting more filled as we get more small businesses, more food producers. The rising tide lifts all boats, yes, but only if the boats are aimed directly for each other. So as we start getting vendor businesses in the same market, in the same sector, so we have multiple people selling aromatherapy, beaded bracelets. Well, how do we support that? If we put the 2 booths right together, it's not gonna do well. Can we spread them out? If that market becomes all jewelry, do we have a problem? So some of the policies and things would be about product mix, locations in the stalls, but then also thinking about, okay, I can make it easy within my market, but what about across markets that aren't owned by me? If there are multiple farmers markets serving the same vendors and the same customers in the same geographic region, can I get together and talk with those guys? Yeah, they're my competition, but a rising tide lifts all boats. So if somebody runs ads for tomatoes, just tomatoes, right? Everyone will be able to command a higher price for tomatoes. So somebody else's marketing is going to benefit your market. Somebody else's marketing is going to benefit your business. But if they went out of business and weren't doing that marketing, their marketing is no longer benefiting your business. Your business is going to feel a little bit of that crunch too. It seems weird and counterintuitive for a business to want other businesses that are competitors to succeed, but you kind of do. So then you're like, what date, time, location do they have? What date, time, location do I have? Can I move? Can they move? Can we talk about this? Because if we're both scheduling for Sunday at 10 a.m., the vendors can't be in two places at once. The shoppers can't be in two places at once. We're both going down. Especially in a small town. In a big town, you might be able to get away with it a little more because if there's a market in Sparks on Sunday at 10 and a market in South Reno on Sunday at 10, and I live over here, they live over there, we're just gonna go what's convenient and close to us. But also, we're not gonna be as aware of the drama, but in a small town. So I grew up in Gold Run, California, got like 117 people. When one business did something catty to another business, try and steal their vendors, try and double book their customers and their vendors at the same time. Everyone knew. And that eroded everyone's trust in that business. But then if the other business responded in any way, that eroded their trust in that business too. So everyone lost. So you're in a tough spot where you have somebody else who is a competition for you, but they're also an asset for you, but only if you both aren't trying to harm each other and are willing to have open and honest communication and try to coordinate on things. The Elko folks are an excellent example of this. They have multiple farmers markets, but in that area of the state, there's only very few growers. And they've made sure to schedule things out so that the growers can support all of the markets, not only one of them. And the policies and the forms and the online features, the mentorship and all of that in support of the vendors grows the vendors for one market, but for all of them together. Because we are all in this food system together. We eat or we starve together.
I have put myself in a position where I'm building all the greenhouses through NRCS for those in Fallon, Carson, et cetera. And what I find interesting is that they could be vendors, but they're thinking about sustainability or survival, whatever. And I'm still building them, and I feel that maybe there should be a clause where if you're gonna want one granted to you, participate in a farmer's market. I've built 20 of them. And I'm lucky to get anybody to participate in a farmer's market. And in Fallon, we don't have very many farmers. But we got some wannabe farmers. And they first off, they don't know what they've gotten themselves into when they get a greenhouse.
That's the story of my
They've
life.
adopted a child.
Yes.
So I feel that maybe, every year there's 15 to 20 granted greenhouses. I know this, I'm probably building them, most of them. And I think that maybe there should be some sort of, let's make a deal kind of thing, Monty, you know? Yeah, where they, especially in our neck of the woods, you've got, I could name them all at one hand, small farmers, and they're out there and, selling, but they're not where I think they should be more community based. So if there's anybody that is interested, I'm gonna sell it right now.
Go
If
for it.
anybody's interested, who wants a granted greenhouse or is a farmer, and you got the opportunity to do it, find me at the end of the meeting today, but I think that, maybe there should be something like that.
I love that idea. I would get in touch with the grantor and pitch that to them. A lot of grants that you apply for, and Sabina emails out all these grants to folks like you who could be eligible for them and they could benefit your business. A lot of them have like specific requirements and time commitments to them, and they last for a certain period of time.
3 years.
So they might not be able to, like ours for this one is 3 years. So if somebody came to us with that brilliant idea, based on our paperwork, we might or might not be able to get it in this year, because we've already signed that contract, but maybe we could get it in next year. And if you have good ideas, bring them forward, because they don't happen without that. And yeah, it might take some time to get that next grant cycle to come around. But I think that is a good idea, and I think it's something you should bring forward to the NRCS. I am not in charge of them, so I can't just make it so. I wish I could.
Maybe build their second one.
I love that. What do you got?
You're bringing up grants. I don't know if anyone's gonna talk about grants today. I don't need one. I know people that do need one, for example, I think there should be a community-supported kitchen for people that are making products that want to sell in markets and so forth.
There's a nonprofit in Reno that.
They're working, they've run into, my friend helps run that, and they've run into like every problem you can trying to do it with the facility itself, and so they're trying. It's
I understand.
Yeah, they had a space open and they was all bunch of issues with the building selling and the new owner's not working with them and they're trying to get out of their lease and it's super expensive and they're working on trying to create something like that, but it's been an issue. So at some point, I'm sure Reno will have it, but
And people finding out about that need that resource, I think is an issue. And also, there's probably grants out there for people that they don't know how to find those grants.
Yeah, I will say finding grants as a small business
How
owner
do
is
you find the
difficult.
grant that would support you in a small business that's a specific product?
See, I feel like you guys are part of the solution to this in your market. So in your website and your social media and subscriber marketing, right? You can subscribe to things like Sabina's emails that have those grants available. And when you get that email come through, you go, this one is good for my business. I'm gonna go for it. This one I'm not eligible for. It's more for a vendor and I'm a farmer's market manager. But guess what? I know vendors who are coming out, showing up for me week after week, year after year, that would be eligible for this. So I'm going to post that link on my website. I'm going to send that link on my social channels. I'm gonna email it out to subscribers because you guys are part of the network that distributes that information. And as your marketing efforts for your business start leveling up, you're gonna be sending out messages every week that aren't just, hey, like, I'm selling you things today. It's also, yes, the market's open and I have an excellent resource for you. I have a grant opportunity that I think you should apply for. And that's gonna go right back to building up your vendors, because when they're choosing a market, are they gonna choose the one that thinks of them when they see opportunities? So you guys are a part of the solution to getting the word out about grants. You can subscribe to Sabina's messages. You can subscribe to updates from the Small Business Development Center and the I'm gonna say it wrong, Food Business Center. And you can use those resources yourselves, but it doesn't have to stop there. You can use those resources in your market, your website updates, your social media updates, your email marketing updates. That's content you didn't have to create that week. So your burden that week is lower. But it's elevating your vendors, which is elevating your market, which is supporting our whole food system, which is why we're here. What do you have?
I was just gonna say, you know, as you're getting into this industry, right, grants are super important, but moving forward, there's gonna be some years that we can't kind of control the variables for. You know, we say, keep your friends close, but your bankers closer. And so working with the Yosemite Farm Bank or finding ways to use some of your items as collateral for lines of credit or loans, because you can deduct that interest as a business expense and have, you know, a little bit of a cushion to help you get over that next hill, that next issue. But of course, we need capital at the very beginning. So this is kind of thinking forward if this is a cash flow problem. There's some ideas that you can use there as well. Of course, interest rates are crazy right now, so maybe not going to get a loan yet, but just kind of an idea to look at.
I work with DFI. My name's Jolene, and I work for Reno Food Systems, but I'm on the board of Local Food Network and I'm in the local food community. And so DFI got a grant to help with Nevada Farm Network. So it sounds like Nevada Farm Network, but it's a network for everybody in the state of Nevada that's working with farmers and farmers markets and things. We're trying to do a really great job of collaborating with people and raising awareness about the grants and opportunities that are there. We do a bi-weekly, so twice every month, thing called Farm Talk. And if you have things, Rob. Yes. It's Rob, Ray, and Rodney, so it's R cubed. R cubed. Yesterday was R squared because just 2 of the R's showed up, but it's a really great time. If you're looking, and we have a Spotify channel now, thanks to Rob, so you can like listen to it at your own time. But the point is if there's a demand for something, reach out to us and say, hey, can we have a conversation about this? We have these bi-weekly offerings to get together to talk, because I find grants intimidating and overwhelming. So we could just have an in-person conversation where we're kind of like reading through things together, because what one of your friends needs is going to be another person's needs. What she's saying is like, instead of being in silos and Googling, you know, we're all trying to come together and help talk to each other. to know about that offering, you know? And then what I did is I just went on the USDA and I started joining their newsletters, and I have like a 300 emails, so that's annoying. Like every couple of months I like go in and like try to clean them up, but the point is I do start reading them. And I just kind of start to understand them a little bit. I'm like, okay, the American market or AMS, you know, the marketing, agriculture marketing services. Yes, and I'm understanding, okay, that money comes from that. And they're really beautifully done. I think they're well branded. And so just kind of the entry point is like starting to understand. And then I'm like, okay, I know I saw this year that that's when the grant was due. So I put it in my calendar for next year.
Yes.
And then it's like starting to realize, okay, well, and I could do that, but they like community partners. So who else in the community has a need? Because then 5 people are working on the grant together instead of just one person and stuff like that. So 2 little tips of the trade.
And Sabina's got another thing.
Yeah, I will just say to reiterate a lot of what you're saying is if you're gonna recycle content, repost what Nevada Farm Network is already posting. Cause then it makes that closed loop, right? And we're all talking about each other to each other. And then the other thing that I just wanted to point out, we've realized recently that we keep saying, oh, our grant provides technical assistance, and like no one knows what we're talking about. We're saying like one-on-one, we'll meet with you and walk you through the whole process and tell you, is this the right grant for you? If this one isn't the right grant for you, we'll find the one that is. And if you're joining these coalitions, this small ag network, this local food network, they kind of do all of the work for you, right? So if they're looking around and they're saying like, what grants are you guys gonna be eligible for? They'll figure it out for you, and they're sharing out the ones that make sense for small ag in Nevada, right? So pay attention to your coalitions, join those groups, and then if you're reposting all of that information on your website, this is one hot tip, is that also serves as advocacy. Because a lot of these city government offices, when they have to go to a meeting and they have to figure out, oh, what does small ag want right now? They usually have 20 minutes, and they'll go to your websites and they'll be like, what are they posting about? So if what you're posting about is, we don't know what producer certificates to apply for, or our vendors don't have money to get this, the city of North Las Vegas recognized that from joining our coalitions, and they started a scholarship program, and they said, we'll pay your producer fees, we'll pay your this fee, we'll help you get the certificate, we'll help you meet with the health district. And they did that all in one workshop because of your voices and because people were posting about those needs. So use your website to communicate with multiple people is what I'm saying.
Yeah. And your website is a wonderful thing, and your social media is a wonderful thing. And tying that to what Sabina just said, she mentioned people check your website for resources, for support, but also for the support that you need in marketing. It can get really easy to think that you only have to share the positive stories, or that you only should share the positive stories. But some of your most powerful website marketing content, social media marketing content, subscriber marketing content are going to be the vulnerable stories of, my vendors are struggling. This thing happened to me. We have a local farmers market vendor that their shop recently got a new drive-through added, not on purpose, right? Some cars barreled right through their business. They had to do a crowd fund to just try to survive and recover from that. Some of your most powerful website marketing updates and social media and email marketing updates can be the harder side of the business, getting vulnerable with it and sharing that. People can see that you need support and they can support you. But even if they're not in an ability to support you, in a position to support you, like, I can't build you a new building, I'm sorry. It'd be a hazard, it'd fall down on you, I don't have that skill. It still cements that relationship that I have with you. Now my heart is going out to you. I'm wanting to buy your local products more because I see you're a real human with real struggles and I feel for you. And people, research shows, do business with people, not brands. So when you humanize your brand, sharing that vulnerability of, my vendors are struggling with this, it's not a bad thing to post negative information, right? It's just how you package it. So you say, I am a small business. I support and believe in other small businesses. It's the power of my community. So I'm sharing this update that's affecting our business, and this is how it's affecting me. This is how it's affecting the vendors. And then people can see it and can make changes that improve your life because of that. But also people can just form a stronger relationship with you that improves their relationship to the business and their ability to part with their money on behalf of the business, right? I can come shop with you more because I can see when you be vulnerable and share those negative informations on your website too. It seems weird to say like, hey, post online that you suck at this thing, but it's only when you're open about those sorts of things that people can step in and fill the gap and provide support. if you're faking it till you make it and it looks so good and nobody knows you're struggling, they're not gonna be able to show up for you and support you with resources because they won't even know they're needed. Good point there, Sabina. Anyway, let's see. Rewind. Okay, so on your website, right?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Do you have resources well, I run the Fernley Poolside Farmers Market, or I did, I don't even know where I'm at anymore. Anyway, I run Poolside Farmers Market. The community wants it, I shut it down because of farmer situations. Like, I can't get farmers to my market. Everybody says they want Saturday. I did it on a Saturday. It's hard. I compete with Reno, right? Or everywhere else,
Yeah.
Carson, everything. So anyway, now I'm looking at a Monday because it would be easier for me because I get fruit from California and I go get it. It's 4-hour trip on Fridays, right? But for me, I could get it in Reno at Riverside. I'm also a vendor, so I'm both sides of the.
You're wearing all the hats.
I'm wearing all the hats. So anyway, like I had a website, I had Squarespace, it sucked, it was horrible, it wasn't user friendly. Like, do you have suggestions of like a website like that I can put together, like of like to buy one or whatever? You know what I mean?
Yes, talk to the NSPDC, they will hook you up.
Really?
Yes. Kelly, wherever she went, she will hook you up.
Kelly.
Some products that I have used, that I tend to enjoy, I tend to run self-hosted WordPresses. But for those, you need to buy a hosting plan and a domain name.
Yeah, that's what I did with Squarespace.
Then you install the free software WordPress, and it comes with themes and plugins that you can make it pretty and make it do things without having to know any code at all, right? But then there's also those resources available to you, like through the NSPDC, where you can use the stuff that they already have in place, and so that you're not signing up for things and installing things and trying to pick different themes and plugins, because you only have a certain number of hours in the week, right?
And
I've
I'm 7
used
hats. so it's hard
self-hosted WordPresses, but I think also a great resource to be connected with right now is Kelly with NSPDC. There is website support, especially if you're willing to have online shopping for your products.
Thank you.
Of course. Website, yes, awesome website, needs a whole bunch of information. You start thinking like, what do you mean, lady, a whole bunch of information? I mean like a ton of information, because city slickers don't know anything. And I know because I was city slicker. The first time I tried to grow tomatoes, somebody gave me a tomato plant, I brought it home, I put it inside on my coffee table, and I put my coffee table in front of a window. Can you guess what happened? Nothing. Because how's a tomato gonna get pollinated inside on a coffee table? So you have to really spell it out for the people who are eating your food, because they don't know where food comes from, right? On your website, you need to give them all the who, what, where, when, why, how, even if you think it's common sense that everybody knows that it's not any big deal, that you don't need to say out loud, you're gonna have to say it out loud. Tell them where you are, what you sell, why they should buy it, how their lives are gonna be better for buying, how do they get there, how do they pay? What are the steps to pay at the market, specifically with payment methods that are new or scary or have a stigma to them? The process to pay with SNAP at the market is different from market to market, and people don't feel comfortable asking what the process is. So tell them step by step, you go to this place, you do this thing, then you go to that place, and you do that thing. But even if it seems really illogical to you, I have a question, you come to the information, then you ask the question, spell it out on here, right? It's gonna be almost TMI on this part. And everything in your TMI is back to, I need to empower those shoppers, I need to empower those vendors in everything that I do. And then that's where the handy dandy checklists come in. Hopefully you have one in front of you. Pull up your website. Or pull up your editor's website. Because you can go through this checklist and check off the things on your website marketing in the step 1 section, right? That are done. And you can celebrate those things. But if you're snooping around and looking at other markets, those are great learning opportunities. So for those of you who don't have your own website yet, you can look at somebody else's. It's not against the rules, and get inspiration and see what they're doing. And when you go to build your website, this checklist will be there for you. And you can check off all the things that you are doing. Who does not have a laptop? We brought loaner ones, but you're also welcome to use tablets, cell phones. Pull up your market website. and take a look at the website marketing step 1 templates. Check the box if you have a website. And if you don't, that's good information to have too, right? It tells you where you're gonna start. Check the box if your site URL, www.ashleysfarmersmarket.com, matches your social media handles. So on Facebook, I'm facebook.com/ashleysfarmersmarket. And on Instagram, I'm instagram.com/ashleysfarmersmarket. Check that they're all matchy. And if you can't check that, that's okay. It's just something to work towards. Check on your website if your market's basic details are prominently displayed in a way that's easy for your audience to find. Something I hear a lot is, well, that's on the website. Yeah. But if people keep asking you the same question over and over, and you don't have enough hours in the day to keep replying to them over and over, maybe the place you put it on your website is not the place they're looking, and you need to relocate that so that they'll get the information and stop calling you so you can get stuff done. Check that your address for your business also includes the zip code. That seems like a really weird one to put on there. I know we're in Reno. I know Reno has a zip code 89509. Do I really have to put that on? Yes. There are businesses in this very room that have another business in another state providing the exact same product or service. I stalked you all, so I know this, right? And the search engine robots, they're trying, but have you talked to Siri or, your favorite AI lately? They don't always understand what you're asking. If somebody's looking for your business because they've heard about it, they saw it last year, can't remember it, they need to find it again, and they try to search around for it. If your zip code isn't up there, they could send your customers to your competing business in another state that has the same name, similar name, providing same products, similar products, right? And maybe they go, I guess she moved. Well, I'll order online from her. It's fine. And then now you lost a customer because you didn't have a zip code for a robot that you didn't even think that your website needed to support, but it does. It needs to support your customers that need a ton of information from you that they can form a relationship with you and shop with you. But also are using your website to train the robots to send people to your business on your behalf. They can't do that unless you give them the zip code, which is so weird. I never would have thought that I needed the zip code, but you do. Check that you have your market locations embedded on your website as an interactive map. You've added your market's key message to the website. So I saw somebody on here, their business, the key message they had was make Saturday market day. I love that. Somebody else on here had a key message of bring mountain magic to your home. You'll find ways that you describe your business to people who ask what you do. Great fodder for that key messages section. And see if you can get some website analytics for your website, right? Do you know which pages people are spending a lot of time on your website? Do you know which pages nobody ever looks at and you could jettison that dead weight and not invest your life into it because you don't have time to be spending on low performing pages? Getting that data will be important. And if you can get that, check that off. And all of those little check boxes, those are things to celebrate, right? You're a busy human. You're an expert in your field, and now you're an expert in mine too. As evidenced by all the check boxes you can check. And that's a celebration to have. And then, looking at the step 2 checklist and your website, see if you can check off a few more little check boxes. Besides these step 1, can you also check off that? And this is where getting that time down really will come in. Do you have a bank of messages that you can reuse year after year, season after season? Market's opening, save the date. It's peak season, come out and get. Market is closing, hurry up, don't miss out. It's Thanksgiving, have you thanked a farmer today? Vendor applications are opening soon. What's in season now? Frequently asked questions, how to care for my products, how to launder my products, how to select the right aromatherapy scent for the issues you are experiencing in your life today, how to select the most ripe, delicious, healthy produce for your family. all of that can be reused year after year, season after season. And you can look through your past social media posts if you're active on social already and copy and paste those into a repository. I tend to use like a Google Doc because I can share that with interns, with family members, with volunteers, with employees, and they can pull up and copy, paste, post. My website marketing is refreshed because I have that bank of messages that I can use year after year, season after season. And it's stuff that you didn't think that you would have to say. If you buy fresh local food, it is fresh and local. Well, you do have to say that. Or the positive impacts of buying like local. You have to tell people, did you know, like local produce improves your health, it saves you money, it supports local businesses. And some of those messages can be businessy, right? Did you know when you shop at this market, you're going to get a convenient shopping experience found nowhere else? Did you know when you shop my business, you're going to have a moment in your life that you can't have anywhere else? You can't go down to Wally World and experience what you are going to experience at my market booth. You can share profiles. Know the farmer, right? Who grew my food? Here's a picture of the dude harvesting stuff. Like, what is he doing? Those everyday tasks of you up there going, why? Why are there so many weeds? Like, the public loves to see those moments. You can take that picture. Nobody can tell that you took that picture last year because the same weeds grow back every darn year, right? And you can trot that photo out again.
But your kids are now, 35 and they're 10 in the photo.
That's fine. Your community will start thinking, oh, that must be the grandson. Tips for selecting, preparing, storing foods, tips for paying at the market. Those things don't change. Did you know the market accepts? Like, that doesn't change. You can post that year after year, season after season. If you don't have time this week to craft a new message, you can post one from your bank to your website, to your socials. And the robots on the internet see that your website was updated recently and it floats it to the top of the search results over other websites in the similar space, but that haven't touched their site lately. And then people don't think you went out of business during market downtime because you trotted out a refreshing message that was shelf stable. It's weird. If you don't post to the website over the winter, people think you went out of business. Like they don't know you can't grow things when the ground's frozen solid. Yeah, you have to let them know.
Does that.
And then looking further ahead on that checklist and at your website, see if you've got any of the step 3 check boxes. This is where we're getting to that vendor stuff you were talking about. Yeah.
You were mentioning posting to your website, but if you, to your other accounts, your other social media things, whatever that is, who will see that?
Yes, it does.
And particularly if you link your website to it.
Yep.
Then it sees you're being talked about.
Yep.
And so even if you don't post to your own website,
Thank you.
you link to it and it keeps up your search engine optimization.
Yes, it does.
Okay, question. So you should be on all of your social media posts,
Mhm.
you should have your website.
I wouldn't put the website link in there in one that it made no sense in. But those should be few and far between. It should most of the time make sense to drive traffic to your website in your post. So you can say, we're out at the market today. Here's a selfie of us doing that. Come stop by. We're here till 12. Check out our website for more information. Like you can drop that link anytime you can teaser back or tie back. We've got great recipes on preparing these lovely foods that you can buy at the market here today. Check the website for those recipes. And then you're driving traffic back. The robots look at who is linking to who and how many times a website is linked and how highly they rank the thing linking to you is, right? So the more links it sees, the more the robots go, ooh, those guys are important. This website is awesome. I need to show this website to more people. And you can get that going in your own social posts. Also, young people don't use search engines for searching. They search, not on Google, on social media. So if you're not posting on your socials and putting your website links in those posts, when they go to answer life's most pressing questions to them on TikTok or Instagram or search in there how to tell if a tomato is ripe, you're not there, you're not showing up for them, even though you do have your search engine optimization going. For us old people that actually use search engines, right? The young folks are searching on social. So yeah, on your social posts, where it makes sense, get that link in. I start with updating the website first. 'Cause on the website, I can go longer, I can go bigger, it doesn't matter the photo size, ratio, landscape, portrait, all that stuff. Then I copy and paste, I cannibalize that website into social media posts, into email and text message updates, into email newsletters. And then each of those things, I say, read more here, read more here. And I drive people right back to the website. So it's a lot of being in multiple places to train the robots so that people find you, so that they learn how to do the thing that you need them to do so your business survives, and doing it in a recycled fashion so that you don't have your head explode while you're trying to wear 7 hats.
Can I ask a question as far as the searching on social media? And you might get to that at some point too, but since we're on it.
Yeah.
So are they searching through hashtags? I guess I'm not that young anymore, so I'm not really sure. So, how are they searching? Is it just like through the Instagram search page or just okay, all right.
Type in red.
Near me.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So one of the earliest rules I know from search engine optimization is that your business is a boat.
Yep.
And the internet's the ocean.
You get a whole different.
You're the boat, you always have to read. Otherwise, if you want, you get lost in the ocean.
You're not.
So, you know, you want your website, you want your social media, you want a YouTube or a blog, or, and the more you have, the better, but you need 3 at any given time. Otherwise, you don't show up any, you're done.
Yeah, unfortunately, yes. There's a lot of information out there. But when yours is out there and it's out there in a consistent fashion, following this checklist, it's updated frequently, it's shared across multiple ways through recycling. Yeah. Mom's gonna be so proud of your child. Then, even though there's a lot of shit to do, yours is gonna be the one everybody's going to. That step 3 stuff, when you get to that checklist, it's scary. Because now the test questions aren't easy. I can pass the test that asks me what's my name. I can pass the test that asks me, you know, what's in season now, right? But when I get to that step 3 checklist for website marketing, that is a lot of stuff. And it's stuff that tends to take more time to develop. It's stuff that's more creative, storytelling, experience driven, rather than just data, facts. We're open on Friday, 10 a.m., be there. But don't panic when you get to that checklist, because this stuff is not a sprint. You don't have to do it all right now. You are not a failure if you don't have it all right now. You do not have to panic. This part is just a marathon. This part is just a life goal. This part is just the stuff you're going to chip away over time as you can. And as your other recycling starts paying off, you're going to be freed up, spend more of your marketing time on those things. And when you look at all of the step 1, 2, 3 checkboxes that you pulled up and compared against your website, things to celebrate, and you can see the things to tackle next. But there's one other thing you should also be looking at. You know, because you have room to wear 8 hats. It's your schedule, your website marketing schedule. And I call this a website marketing schedule, but you're gonna know this because I recycle. Then in the social media session, I'm gonna call it a social media marketing session. And some of the other conversations that we've had in class today that weren't like website-y are gonna tie into this too. Because you're saying like, oh, that grant opens, I'm gonna put that on my calendar, right? That's what this is. This is your calendar. Last year we talked about it. We passed around the calendar. We started penciling out when market season opens, when's it close, what are special events that we have, when would we need to update the website to support them. Okay, market opens here, right? But people need time to hear about that, to get that on their schedule before they're double booked. Yeah? And how people hear about it is like web, social media, traditional media, right? So am I gonna do a media release about this? Am I gonna do a letter to the editor about this? And Lila will teach you all those fun things. Okay, well, those guys need time to receive that media release and print it in their paper or post it to their online media outlet. Okay, so they need this much time. But then I gotta write that media release, so I need this much time. But I need to know all the things like date, time, location, all that stuff to be able to write, because otherwise I'm just like writing what, like fill in the blanks, but just all blank, right? So I need time. And in that media release or that letter to the editor, or maybe I'm posting the market to the community calendar, the Chamber of Commerce calendar, right? I need to be able to link back to my website, right? But my website needs to be current, so that when people click on the media release, when they click on the social media post, when they click on the community calendar thing, through to my website's updated, okay? But how long does it take me to update my website? So market doesn't open until then, and I think that's future me's problem, right? It's not future me's problem, it's now Ashley's problem, and now Ashley's mad at past Ashley for not planning in advance. But that's where the schedule checklist is going to help you out. You're gonna have a checklist, a schedule, everything that's going on and coming up, when vendor applications open, when they close, all that fun stuff. Those hashtag holidays that are relevant to your business, especially during your business's downtime when you wouldn't be producing business-related content, because there's not a market to post a selfie from because it's the dead of winter, right? So get that Thanksgiving message posted in that calendar, and working backwards, all of the steps that have to happen, get those in the calendar so that future Ashley doesn't go, oh no, right? Then also on that schedule checklist, look at it. It's gonna have you, do you have all the resources identified to accomplish those things? So usernames, passwords, websites, bank of messages, bank of photos. So that when you go to update the website, you don't have to reinvent the wheel every time. Do you have that stuff delegated to somebody who can help you with it? And are they aware of this? This happens to me at home. I think my husband's taking out the trash. Does he take out the trash? No, he thinks I'm gonna take out the trash. Why? Because I always have to take out the trash because I hear the truck coming and he hasn't done it yet. But do I think he's gonna actually take out the trash this week? Yes. But if we just had a chore chart and spelled it out, that's what the schedule is gonna be. Make sure you've got those dates, the tasks that need to be done, who's gonna do them, the resources to do them. And then once you have your schedule for a year and you try it out, next year, look back and look at what happened and what didn't happen. And don't just kick yourself. I do that. Well, last year you got great ideas and you fall through on any of you suck. No, last year I had a plan, but the plan wasn't feasible maybe. So this year, am I gonna try to implement the same plan so that I can yell at myself some more? Yeah, no. I'm gonna like adjust, yeah? Maybe it was too ambitious to try to post this many times a week, to try to update the website this many times a week. Maybe it was a ridiculous time with me to schedule my maintenance for the website the week the market opens, right? So look at the follow through that's happening on that plan. And same thing with website marketing. As you go further along in your marketing planning process, the step 1 stuff, then you get into step 2 stuff, it's a little bit more challenging, right? So now you're not just gonna be planning to update your market and share that on social and your subscribers. Maybe you're also gonna be updating your directory listings, posting in forums, doing guest posts. And then once your schedule is built out and leveled up, you have a blueprint, you still have to do all that stuff. How? Okay, so you look at your checklists. For your website marketing, step 1, 2, and 3. And for your website marketing plan, and then I'm not just going to drop you in the ocean and be like, good luck. You're gonna see which areas are you pretty solid on and which areas don't have as many boxes checked. And then those areas are the areas that you're gonna like stop, hammer time, right? You're gonna do some things to update your website with. You can do worksheets that we have for you that guide you step by step through that part of the website marketing or website marketing plan process. So most of your step 1 checkboxes are available for checking. Then you're gonna want to look at the website marketing checklist that's at that URL above. if most of your step 2 boxes are available for checking, you're gonna wanna look at these worksheets that are at that above. And same thing for step 3 and for your website marketing plan. And we have an hour together with snacks. I'm a food motivated human. So you can work through these worksheets now with all of us in the room with you. So that if you have questions or you get stuck or you don't know what to do next, we can come and sit down at your computer with you and help you figure it out. And these worksheets, I've got them up there as PDFs or as Word docs so that hopefully they'll work with a variety of device types. You don't have to type directly in the worksheet. Hear me out on this. You could log into your website and type directly in there so that when we are done with lunch and all of our snacks, you can hit save, publish, go, and you have a website update done today that you can check off of that website marketing plan that you have today. Yeah? And so after this hour, we're gonna be well fed. Our website's gonna be amazing, yes? And we will have built it and made it easy for people to do the things that we need them to do so that our businesses survive. So we can remind them to do those things. So they will freaking do those things. I know. You just gotta keep on me. Like, actually, remember, you're gonna eat your vegetables. Actually, remember, you're gonna eat your vegetables. Yeah? Then I'm gonna eat some vegetables. Okay? Because you did all of this website marketing stuff.
On it.
I'm responsible. If I don't eat vegetables. I'm gonna go to Big and Grin Market and be like, hey, actually didn't eat your vegetables.
Busy. It's just a never vegan restaurant. No, I just make there. You can hear that twice. You can hear that twice. Thank you.
Everybody, so, I'll start my presentation, but it's more like a conversation from last year's, session when, and, feel free to interrupt me. And this is a preview, so I want you to bring your questions that we all put together. And also, after this session, people actually contacted me and asked me questions. So I had Zoom sessions and tackling individual issues that you have, because everybody has different platform. It could be that issue, it could be your operating system and browser issues. So we cannot solve a problem with everybody here, but the individual want to problem tackling to the session, or have a separate meeting with me. And sometimes I take the example that you bring to me and present it at the actual session, so that the problem is general and I show how to tackle those issues. So today's a preview. My last name Yoon, so people you come and see, that's fine, but you want
Hello? Better. Oh, better. All right. So I'm the Dean of the Reynolds School of Journalism, and nice thing about our school is our connection to the entire state's media industry. So not just broadcasting, newspaper, but also graduates in advertising and PR and many other communication related area. So I work with Park in terms of connecting and how to spread the words about farmers markets and farmers in the state. And in certain sense, we've been successful because we put broadcasting underwriting at KUNR and KNPR in Las Vegas. So we do campaigns during the about 3 months of advertising, and also we did Facebook and Google advertising for the farmers markets in the state. So we'll do it again next year. So during this growing season and farmers market becomes more widely active, starting from probably sometime in July, August, in about 3 months. That's our plan. And go to my presentation. So Google Maps features. So Google Maps is becoming more and more prevalent in Google Maps. People among many other map applications is number one, just like you can't beat it basically. So a lot of people who came here probably use Google Map to find where the innovation center is and driving direction and everything. So we use it every day. So it's becoming more and more important part of our everyday lives. And it is important for businesses to be present there with accurate information. And other applications like Move It, we don't use it too many in the US. It's mostly public transit kind of map system. And the other Waze is owned by Google. So there are other applications there, but it is yeah. So Google is definitely number one. So I'll talk about Google. So this is what I showed you last year's slide. So I just want to compare last year and this year because many of you are new. So I want to kind of remind you what we discussed last year. And the next slide is obviously this year's search result. So last year we had top search result based on farmers market. This is Google Maps interface. And in your browser, you can actually set the area and search, and you can get the result just in that area. But if you have a mobile, obviously mobile knows where you are, so it will give the closer and relevant information as an output of the search result. But just to demonstrate what kind of outcome search result is on top, I did Reno and then just set the boundary here, and then use a keyword farmers markets last year. And as you can see, the first result is Sparks United Church. Second is Sprout Farmers Market, which is not Farmers Market, but they brand it that way. And then Farmers Market is CBE and Riverside Farmers Market, number 6. The result may be different depending on your browser setup and your browsing history, but I use this without my browsing history. I clean up the cache and use new browser. So this is more of an objective result. So your result might be different based on your previous history of visiting those farms. So, so this year, let's see, 2025, there's a shift here, a little bit, not too much. So number one, same browser setting with no cache and new browser. And you can see the Riverside Farmers Market in 2025 is up, and Shirley's Farmers Market second, Farmers Market CBE, change it to Tamarack Junction, and then South Meadow Marketplace. Sprouts Farmers Market doesn't appear, probably because they are not doing advertising right now. But if they start putting advertising again, then as a sponsored result, they will appear probably top or second. So that's where we are. So we also kept track of your registration on Google Maps, and these are the market list we have, and then the whether you're present on Google Map. Also, you have a claimed status on Google Map. I'll talk about what it means, claimed status. Some of you who came last year probably remember what I talked about. So the claim status, there are some shifts, and we have a little more registered farmers markets on Google Maps. So that's a good sign, but we want to kind of push harder. If you are not registered farmers market or farmers who are not registered in Google Map, let me know. I can help you how to move it through, how to register your business on farmers market or on Google Maps. So, so when you do Google Maps search and you identify your business as a search result, you click it, or even before you click it, you show this type of rectangular space on the left side typically, and this is kind of similar interface on your mobile phones that shows the picture that you provide as well as ratings and review numbers. And this is what I actually captured last night. So you'll see these type of result and also your location and your website, and you can send it to the phone and all different kinds of information. So the Carson City Farmers Market is the most active farmers market in this region in Nevada. Yeah, who said? Very good. And had about 2014 reviews with a very high rating of 4.6. And the thing is that, you know, if you are afraid of rating number 4.6, 4.7, 3.0, my advice is don't worry about it too much. More important part is number of reviews. This is more important. Whether you have a low rating, be that, what can you do? But more reviews coming from the consumers will give you a higher chance of being on the search result than actually the rating. So you have more people coming to your website or Google Maps in this case and writing reviews. So put the star button there, and that is more important than having higher rating. Of course, it is better to have a higher rating and more reviews, but if you have to choose between two, you want to have more reviews than rather than high rating.
So I have a question. So the more, so the more reviews put you on the top of the list?
Yeah, search result. Yeah.
Like if I Google something, say farmers market, if you have more reviews, more.
Yes, that higher chance if everything is equal.
Does your business have to have a physical location on Google in order to have that option for reviews? Like I run my business out of my house.
No, you don't have to.
So, no.
But it's more it requires more efforts to get authorized from Google, because Google likes to send you postcards to confirm. In some cases, if you are really present online, you don't have to even do that. But oftentimes Google send you the postcard and then confirm, because a lot of fake businesses potentially ruin their business model of Google Maps and Google. So they want to confirm your identity. And they sometimes, you believe that they'll call you. No, they don't call you. If you receive a phone call, it is more likely to be scam or marketing from businesses.
This came up last year too. You can still hide your address.
Okay.
But it needs to be in.
Okay.
So, and again, it's that ocean thing, 3-point contact.
Yeah.
Have an address.
Okay.
Other than having people come knock on your door.
Yeah, that's
So keep that in mind.
okay. Yeah, that's we got kids and dogs and stuff. Don't want people to show up at our house, but want to make sure that we're able to be found.
And also, in that matter, if sometimes you have no choice, but if you run a farm, you have who is running a farm with special events, right? So
Handling.
yeah, so so in those cases, make sure that you have open hours there. People make sure that people don't show up.
We struggle with that a lot because our hours vary so much. I'm actually on here just looking. I'm not the owner, so I'm curious. I'm like, what does he have on here right now? He does have temporarily closed. And is that a bad thing? I mean, you have to have that, right? Yeah, it says temporarily closed, because technically we don't have where someone's.
Yeah, temporary closed. If you're closed, yes, please put that in. It is closed. Yeah, and that is very important because at other ALCO training, they really make sure that their open hours are correct, because they also have a farm experience program, and then after they put that hours correctly, and people don't show up anytime, because if you don't put it, then if you say that farm experience, in there, and then they'll, oh, yeah, they're open, and I'm going
It's
there.
really hard,
Yeah.
yeah.
So make sure that your open hours are correct. And you probably experience those sometimes when you go to certain location on Google Maps, and Google Maps will tell you that this place is closed or will close very soon. So that kind of things are connected to your information you provide to Google Maps. And last year, some people have local guides authority who are local guides. Yeah, so talk to him and write reviews. And these people are trusted Google local guides, and they write reviews for any businesses, and they have trust points too. What level are you? 7. Okay. Park is, where is Park? She's level 7 or 8. So I think you and Park there, your highest, I'm level 4 or something. It's
So, full local guide.
local guide is if you do you want to explain?
Yeah, sorry, I got a cold, so I'm trying not to share. Local guide, you can go on Google and say that you want to contribute a review. Go to add a review to any place you go, and you can sign up and you'll get monthly feedback from the review system. I'm currently the #1 state park reviewer in Nevada. And I find little niches here and there, farmers markets on my list. So I can start reviewing those and get them all, because passion project, you know. But you all can sign up and become a reviewer. And once you hit like 50 reviews, your reviews are bumped, and you bump whatever businesses you review. So it's a great way to make sure that you're on the map, to make sure, you know, if you don't want your house on the map, mark that your address is at your favorite vending location,
Okay,
you know, or your post office. You know,
yeah,
you can get away with quite a bit.
okay.
Like, I've got Stagecoach Farmers Market. There's 9 different businesses in that building. But the Stagecoach Farmers Market is also listed there. Dayton Farmers Market is a community garden and a private home. So I make sure to give directions to not the home.
Okay.
For the other 2 things. Okay.
Thank you. You know, that's the kind of thing that we want to do here. So we have many local guides or contributors, and we can make our real business more prominent and searched by Google, or in that matter in any other search engine too. So that's, thank you. Yes. Okay, I think I'm good with this. And images, actually, previously I probably talked that images are a little bit challenging to categorize, but you've seen the media about AIs. Now AIs can tell images to text very easily. So videos and images, more of them, the better. They can make it into text now and be part of the search result. So I was giving a lecture last year too much on to the text, but now I can say that, yes, more images and photos and videos that will help your search engine optimization also. And that matter, Google Maps, when you go around, you don't be shy using your cell phone and take a picture and upload it immediately on your My Business profiles, and that will help people recognizing that this place is active, and let's put it on top of the search result. And that's a strategy. And I know that you were busy. You're like 90. Your operation kind of framework is 150% of your time, right? So I don't want to give you too much work. But we all carry our cell phones and we all take pictures, and you can upload it immediately rather than trying to take a picture and go home and upload it separately. Just do it here. Just take a picture and upload. When you go to farmers market in the morning for your business, and take a picture and upload it right there. Don't try to put a separate time and try to do it at home. Just do it there and make it into a habit. And that's really helpful. Yeah. Yeah, so, so from last year, to this year, Carson City already has a lot, but didn't make too many more reviews, only 7 improvement. So this is the part I think, our Carson City, market managers here, we don't have to be shy. I don't worry about Carson City, but I mean, if you are a smaller farmer's market or farm, and just ask your customers to write something and take photos and put it there. And again, this is the number that Google cares more about rather than those star rating, more reviews. Some markets are primarily focusing on Facebook marketing rather than Google. That's fine. I mean, Facebook is a different type of group and different kinds of attraction you're getting. I hope that you have actually both. If you have a social media presence and also Google Maps, that's better. But if you decide to focus on Facebook, that's fine. For example, here, the Early Birds Farmers Market used to have about 700 likes and subscribers. Now it's over 900. So compared to last year, 200 more. So what's the percentage? Well, 30%, close to 30% increase. And I would say that that's a success. That's a lot of change from last year. And photos, there are more. I think part of the success is probably the last campaign. Is there Early Bird Farmers Market manager here?
She's not here.
She's not here. Okay. So somehow they made an effort and put many more pictures and lots of response. That's very important too. So when you get a review, you will get a bad reviews too. So you're like, I have a bad review. I have to hide and cringe and feel bad. No, don't do that. Just reply to that, just rationally. Thank you for reviewing, and we will address the concern and move on, right? So people don't, of course, nobody likes to read bad reviews, but replying and interacting with your customer is more important than actually getting a bad review. So I think somehow Early Bird Farmers Market is doing good at responding and promoting. So that's important. Also, nice thing about working on Facebook is once you post something, you can also post it on other platforms. For example, if somebody wrote something on the Facebook, just tell them that, can I post it on Google Maps? Something like that.
Their big thing was they were working with the local newspaper. And that helped a lot last year.
Yes. Yes. So whether, I mean, there are all different kind of political spectrum in here and then everywhere. The media can be viewed as biased in certain ways, but they are still dominating in terms of eyeballs that people are seeing. So if you have a chance to be on media, don't be shy, and then just work with them, and you'll get more views. And make sure that toward the end of your interview, brand name, and go to the place and post something and like it. And that is kind of a little cheesy way to promote, but that works. So make sure you do that. Yeah, so two big marketing place, a very cost-efficient place, relatively compared to media, is Google and Facebook. It's just a relatively cheap advertising marketplace with just like $100 or $200 budget. You can hit large number of people from there. That's what we did during our 3-month campaign. We did not only use the traditional media such as the KNR and KNPR, but we also did a promotion campaign through Google advertising and Facebook. The nice thing about those two platforms that we use is we can trace who came to the website through the search engine, or we specifically engineered to show to certain population. Of course, we narrow down the geographic location to Nevada only. and expose them, and how many people click, and how many people landed on our page, and those things can be calculated. So if you go to Google My Business Profile, then you can see this type of interface, and you can do it over your mobile as well as your or computer, but you have to claim your business before you do that. Once you claim it, then you have all different kinds of options open to you. So you can choose your categories and then time. All these things can be in one location in terms of Google Maps and Google My Business. And Facebook is a separate animal, so you can link it though from the profile so that people can go to the place that you want to go. This is an example from DFI. DFI generally allow me to show you this My Business Profile, and I'll have you more information. But another thing that I also, I'm not just teaching you on this one, lecturing on you this one, but also I do write research paper on Google Maps and survival of businesses before and after COVID. I kind of studied on this, collecting huge amount of data. And these little things actually help surviving the business. When you go to Google My Business Profile, you can tell that it is the veteran-owned, LGBT-owned, the woman-owned, and all these attributes that you can insert that actually help your survival of the business. Particularly, my data that I collected was before and after COVID. The businesses which had these attributes survived about 20–30% better. So people recognize and go there. And one of the concerns actually before they implemented this type of attribute was, what if somebody who hates LGBTQ and then attack this business? That didn't happen yet. So that was actually a serious concern when they implemented, but that didn't happen. So I think you can be okay. And then there's also option for woman-owned too. So yeah, go ahead.
On the top where the clock is, and it says closes soon, opens 5 p.m. Tuesday, whatever that is. Does Google automatically do that because you put your hours into it? So
Yes.
that isn't something that you have to update yourself
No.
when you're gonna close and.
No, once you have your business hours there, then Google will come here and tell you.
Okay, thank you.
So you do have to put holidays and stuff in that you're not gonna be open. I've done 4th of July and nobody came because they're all on vacation. So I don't do 4th of July anymore. When I start my season, I'm closed on 4th of July, you know, so keep that in mind.
Okay.
Would there be a problem with if it was, you know, being a seasonal operation? You know, where I think on the last slide there, we showed you, it said temporary close.
Yep.
But for the season, could it be stated different than like reopening June?
Yeah, mine's set to June to September every year. The weeks vary. So it'll say temporarily closed, but you click on the hours and it'll tell you when it's open. So it's all that info's there. You just put it in.
Yep.
You assure that we can have a separate Zoom session and I'll direct you how to do that. But they provide that specific information with your calendar option, and then you can pinpoint.
Yeah, there's always somebody looking for a cantaloupe in January. I don't know why.
It's pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so here's another example here. So, this is great one feature that we use, and time retention is not claimed. So if your business is online, you probably even if you didn't claim, somebody probably like local guys probably put that information already, or if you have a website, Google clean your the website and put those information already for you, but you can see that information may not be correct and outdated. And we will say that claim this is, and this means that.
I know, I can't hear you, Mike.
The owner probably this claim this business, this attribute is what is showing is that this owner probably didn't register, but the Google gleaned information from websites and other online presence, and then put the information here for Tamarack Junction Farmers Market. So make sure you claim your business if you haven't done, or tell your friends who you see them have this sign there on Google Maps, and tell them to go there and register their businesses there. Yeah. Checklist. Claim your business. And to do that, you need to have a Gmail address. Make sure you have a Gmail address. Prepare photos, lots of photos that you store on your phone. It is not a shame to ask people who visit your farm or farmers market to post photos and reviews. Make sure you do that. And what are the attributes that you want people to know about your farmers market? Specialized products, melon, bread, candle. Make sure you those keywords that you're ready to input. Highlight the specialties in terms of farmers market, and online alliances are very important. So how Google works is a network. That's why it's called internet, right? So if you are center of the network, you have many more, like just think about the spider web, and you are in the middle of the spider web, and many more web is going to other businesses and nodes, and the chance the better that you can be on top of the search result. So work with your network and friends. That's why this kind of gathering is very important. And link to your friends and write the reviews to your friends. And those things will count more importantly than actually just writing a review. Linking is more important. So if you have a chance to link, okay, if you go to the review section, certain vendor is great, then this vendor's website, you know that. So when you write a review, just write that in your review saying that check out this vendor, and that counts. That counts really a lot, and help that particular vendor that you're linking your message to, review to. So online alliance, as I told you, the veteran-owned, woman-owned, Latina-owned, LGBTQ friendly, and others, those features do really help in terms of the businesses.
So I'm looking at our Google Maps little profile, and it says add a label. What is that?
Label is your business type.
Label?
Yeah.
And then you click on it and it's just an open text box. Like,
Yes.
what kind of thing would you put in that?
Oh, what's your keyword that you want to use?
So like pumpkin patch or, things like that?
Agritourism.
Agritourism.
Yeah. Exactly.
It looks like I can just do this. I'm only on Google Maps. Like, can anybody like
Yes.
that?
But talk to the family, have them claim it.
Yeah.
And they want you to claim it.
It should be, I think it's claimed. I think. I know, yeah, I'm sure it is. But I can go in and add, like, anybody can go in and add a label to somebody else's business?
Absolutely.
Yes, but
Does it help
yes.
to have those labels in there?
Yeah,
yes.
so like the little details, like when you do like the LGBT friendly or women owned, all that stuff triggers questions for reviewers. So when you go in and you answer one question about it, as a guide, you will get asked more questions. Is it handicap accessible? Is it year round? Is it seasonal? Do they have fresh fruit? Do they have pies? It'll ask you 50 other questions, and each one is as good as a review. So keep that in mind when you're doing a review. You don't have to do the actual review. You can answer 5 questions. You can post a picture, and that's enough to get it started and to give you an extra boost. But you can do that for any business. Anyone can do it for every business here. And whoever owns it, please claim it so you can take credit for it. It really makes a big difference.
So knowledge to that is, let's say if there's something happened here, police officer gets a call, 911 call. They don't dispatch the fire truck just with one call. 10 calls they dispatch. So there is a true emergency, right? So that's how it works on Google. So if like trusted local guys write it who had tons of history, they'll believe you and then immediately reflect that on the Google My Business. But like newbies come in and Google will think that, this may not, well, let's wait. How other people are saying about this place.
Google waits 30 days for new guides.
Yeah.
So if you're not an actual guide, or if you don't have any other reviews, 30 days before, like, you can add like an address change. But I can go in and change anyone's address here. And within 10 days instead of 30, Google will trust me if no one else can test it. So.
Level 7, that's. I'm level 4, so they'll probably wait 2 months. Okay. So when you have a Google My Business Analytics, when you have a claimed business, you can do a lot of things. This is one example here. If you go to your Google My Business profile, you will see these buttons. Regardless of your mobile interface or web interface, you will see these type of options, and you can choose and get to know what's happening to your customers coming to your place. And for example, if you click the performance, you'll see things like this is a DFI from August to January 2025. This profile has been viewed 246 times. So you can tell like how people access and how many people are accessing your profile. Not only that, but also it tells you what kind of platform they use. For example, here, a lot of them are using Google Search Desktop and the mobile. So yellow is mobile and desktop. So this is kind of relatively more desktop friendly place, but I bet your farmers market or farms are more mobile friendly in terms of getting customers drawing to you. That's how the trend is. And the search breakdown using the search, what kind of search they use to find your profile, search keywords, and these are the keywords for that. But you will have a separate, all the keywords that people use to find your place, so you can have a sense of how people find you on Google search. And also, if you put your phone number in your place, then they can also tell you how many phone calls are going through to that particular phone number. Yeah.
We use Google Business Profile a lot, and I notice that at times they reset some of my stats, especially the visits. And so I'm just curious if you have ever seen that and why that would happen. You know, so like I'll have like, 600 visits during the course of a month, then it'll reset down to 500. And so it's like they're adjusting it or it's being adjusted, and I can never account for why that adjustment's happening.
If you didn't change this, it is likely that a lot of search bots are going to those places, and then they overcount and those bots as a real person. So when Google adjusts it, the number will probably go down. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
So because search bots can inflate the number of visits to your place.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it is likely. And Google, of course, Google doesn't give you a subscriber option for paying fees. So all their model is advertising, and they are very or anal about the actual real person clicking it, because that is a trust they want to build with their customers, which is advertisers coming and paying for this advertising. So they adjust number of people coming to your site for that reason.
Thank you.
It's a war. There are always kind of false clicking. There's, for example, let's say if you're an advertiser and let's say this is a kind of analogy. This is absolutely not true, but let's say you're Pepsi and try to advertise on Google. Coca-Cola wants Pepsi to spend exorbitant amount of money for the search. So Coca-Cola, all these employees fake click all this Pepsi advertising, and Pepsi ended up spending millions of dollars, which is nothing to do with the actual customer. So what Google does is any click from the Coca-Cola headquarters, they cut it out. and cut the number. So that's kind of war that's going on. Again, this example is absolutely not true, but there's similar things happening.
Things really don't go better for Coke then, huh?
Yeah, and also Russian hackers, we hear a lot, and Chinese hackers, they do those things. Yeah, so, yeah, and they get paid for doing that kind of stuff. So, yeah. So this is a direction. How many people actually use the direction? Like if you came here with an innovation center using Google Drive direction, the innovation center business has this number, how many people came. So, yeah.
Yeah. You know, I know where it is.
Yeah. But the recently the Google tried to I mean, you have to take this information with grain of salt, but so basically they are keep telling that they are trying to keep your privacy very seriously. They anonymize even further. They used to collect your driving information in their server, but now it only resides on your phone. That's what they say. I don't have any proof that they're doing it, but they're saying that they're trying to take privacy very seriously. So this is a search engine optimization from actually the web search. Previously, I showed you a Google Maps search, but this is a web search. The reason why I'm showing you this is because how important the map is these days. So in olden days, if you go back 3 or 4 years ago, when you search farmers market, map was not there, only the website results. But it is totally integrated into the search. And I'll probably show you a little bit in actual training, but AIs are doing a very similar thing. Somehow they know if you're using a keyword looking for where's farmers market, and AI knows that you're looking for maps information. So they show maps without even giving you an option, just the result with a map. So search result has no overall change from 2004. This is very similar. I didn't leave last year's search result because it is very similar. Last year's result was actually, last year's result, map was below first to search. These two were on top of maps, but now map is the first search result. So Google Maps is getting more and more prominent in our business operation. So Google Trend, we did some campaign last year and this year. You see more people use the word farmers market in Nevada to search businesses. So somehow this is our year 3, and there are more and more people interested in farmers market in the state. Unfortunately, it only show you in percentage number rather than actual number of search. Google kept that in their vault somewhere and it doesn't really show actual number, but you can see that relatively we are there are increasing number of search in the state. You can have a geographical boundary. So in the state, or more searches in farmers market 2023 and 2024. And these are the related keywords with the farmers market. And like Sprout is still very high because they do lots of advertising using the keyword farmers market. We have other keywords that are related to farmers markets here. So checklist. So what I described is keyword that you want to put in your website, Google Business, Facebook, Instagram, and other digital media assets. And we know Carson, Yellington, farmers market, local fruits, and these are the effective farmers markets. So when you use the try to explain or describe your market using these keywords will be helpful. And target audience, and make sure you have a text about Reno and Sparks. But again, if these days AI can glean and make your image into text. So if you have some landmarks in your picture, AI will immediately recognize it is in this region. For example, biggest small city logo. If you have there, then they will recognize it and then set the boundaries nearby the region. Or if you have like Mount Rose picture behind, they will recognize as in this region. And human networks are very important that we're building here, and particularly DFI and other government networks. Government networks are, believe it or not, more trusted than the private network and the system of Google search. So being in there is very important. I'm almost done. Yeah. Again, refer digital access to friends. That will be very helpful, and ask other people to link to your place, and that is very important. And the writing comments is very important. So this is the one that we worked on last year. So Small Business Bureau helped this one. Actually, they hosted. We bought actually NevadaFarmersMarkets.com domain name, and because this is very easy and actually is to advertise. So using KNR and PR down there, and when we put our underwriting, and at the end we always say NevadaFarmersMarkets.com. When they click it, and they go to this place, and all these markets are listed there, so people can find it.
That's what's on the magnets, right?
Yes, yeah. That's on the magnets that you have, and that's the brand name that we're using. And this kind of brief picture of what happened in our advertising campaign. And we had these many clicks, about 4,000 clicks to Google advertising. So they went to actually those websites, and people look for the farmers markets. And about so you can see this is only 1 month period. So typical clicks are Sunday and Monday. Those are the highest kind of search and clicks. That's what we saw. And this is also so click-through rate. So like out of 100, about 1.5 clicks happens out of 100 advertising showing, and 1.5% about between 1 and 2 kind of clicks in terms of they went through it. This is not a bad click-through rate. Okay, so I'll show you more if you're interested with all these statistics in the actual training. But I think what is more important for you is make sure your content is updated. So as I said, don't try to set aside an hour to do the updating. Use your phone. When you think about it, even now, when you think about it, you see something, just update it. Like put the label there right now. Don't wait. And ask your friends to put the label, just to see somebody next to you that go to the site and put the label there, right? That's what I recommend. Thank you.
Thought you had enough of me to come back. That was a good sneak preview for the Zoom session that is coming up on web functionality marketing. Hopefully, it piqued your interest and you're gonna hop on that Zoom at the end. And then now, want to make sure that you also put a teaser for the upcoming Zoom session on social media marketing. That's what I'll dive into here today, and I have a plan. Don't know how it'll turn out, but I have a plan. The plan for this little sneak preview is to do a quick overview of what social media marketing entails for a farmer's market or a farmer's market vendor business. Same thing as the web session, though. Not gonna talk this one to death because I did that last year, right? And I try not to repeat my mistakes more than 3 times, you know? So for this year, just a quick memory refresher kind of thing. And then breaking out those checklists again to check in on how the social media marketing has been going over the last year since I saw you last time for that little sneak preview. The same thing we did last year and then the Zoom session that we did last year. But if you weren't here last year, no worries. Rather than an audit or a check-in on how this last year's been going, you're just gonna, with those checklists, have a lovely baseline. You're gonna know where you're at, where you're going, have a plan. It's gonna be awesome. So that is the plan. Overview, social media marketing. Those checklists are going to identify what's on fire in the social media marketing world, and then how to fix it. That's where we'll take the checklists and look at those worksheets. Which one would we fill out next? Then when we hop on the Zoom, we can dive into those worksheets and also some behind the scenes where I show you the resources that we have developed that kind of support those worksheets in getting the social media marketing done. Like the library of posts or the library of images, those little things that just make life easy when you finally do go to make a post. So last year, we talked about how social media is not a go big or go home situation. It's something that you start small and you grow sustainably over time as your team's bandwidth and skill and comfort level grows. Otherwise, you end up stressed and burned out. And social media has the ability to make that happen in you, right? And when you get stressed and burn out in your social media marketing, you quit posting to social media, your accounts go dormant, and people think that your business died. They just make that assumption. You didn't say that, right? So that's why it's important to start small. One thing to think about though is the accounts going dormant thing doesn't only happen when you start too big and then burn out. It also happens over slow periods or busy periods for the business. So keep an eye on making sure that those accounts are refreshed, even in the dead of winter or even in the height of the growing season. But mostly from a getting started perspective, be more like the tortoise than the hare. And the getting started and maintaining accounts tortoise hare approach, it's a balancing act. We looked more in depth at this last year, but the too long didn't read version is that you ask yourself where your audience is spending their time online, what the format is for posting to that platform. Is it video? Is it photo? Is it text? Is it memes? Is it links? What is it? What are your skills in producing that kind of content, right? Are you a videographer? Does video freak you out? What's your bandwidth to producing that kind of content? Maybe you're a fast photographer. You can do like Yun said, snap the photo on your phone, upload it right now, done. But maybe writing a post takes you longer because you gotta, wordsmith and edit and find all the typos you left yourself. What is your bandwidth to produce that type of content? Whether you're fast at it or slow at it doesn't matter much if you don't have any time at all for it, right? And then finding that tightrope between where your audience is spending the time and the format and what you can do there. Because if you're spending time where your audience isn't, not really good use of time. But if you see your audience in multiple places and you try to be everywhere at once, that's not going to end well either. In general, looking at the research on farmers markets and farmers market vendor businesses, most end up on Facebook and Instagram first. And if they expand out from there, the next step they tend to take is Google. because the videos that they produce for Facebook and Instagram can also be posted to YouTube. And that helps their business listing with Google and their search engine optimization. So it seems like a natural step to recycle that content onto that platform next. But it's an individual choice, you know, based on your market, your audience, your skills. But wherever on social media that you end up, no matter the platform, there are best practices that you should be using to manage your presence there. And we went in super detail on these last year. So not to bore you to death, by repeating all of that information this year, you want to make sure you're being authentic and personal with your business posts. But since you're representing your business, you don't want to get too personal, right? They don't need to know some things about you. I don't need to know some things about you. I used to do leave record keeping for the university. There's a little checkbox that you used to fill out back when it was on paper. It's the sick leave or annual leave. The number of people that would check sick leave, even though there was no field for this anywhere on the form, right in the margins, what exactly they were going to be doing on their sick leave was too high. And I know too much about what's going on in a lot of people's worlds when I was in that role. And on social media, it's really easy to get into that TMI neighborhood. You don't want to go there. So you're representing your business, you're gonna be professional about it, you're gonna be purposeful about it. Only posting the things that are relevant to your business that your audience needs to know, nothing more. You're gonna share your business messages, right? Those messages are the fact ones. We open at 10, we close at 5. Sourdough, homemade, baked here, with locally sourced ingredients sold at the market. Desert Jewel sourdough costs $12 a loaf, like fact things, right? But you're also going to share relational messages. Those are the messages that take a little bit more time to craft because those are the storytelling messages. Those messages are the step 3 of the website marketing checklist messages. So we're recycling from the social media side over to the website side. And those things give a little bit more personality, more insight, and a deeper connection with your business. The other thing we talked about last year, besides these best practices and that overview and platform selection, was the tip of recycling. When I was a kid, this was Recycle Rex. He used to sing to us that we should recycle. He'd say recycle, reduce, reuse, and pollute. That's pretty much what you're going to be doing in all of your marketing efforts. You don't want your marketing efforts to all be pulling in different directions. That pulls you in different directions, not sustainable. That gives a perception of your business in the community that is like very fragmented or weird. And people will get that impression even subconsciously and then like, have like, I don't know, I just feel off about them, right? I don't know why, it just feels weird. But when you're all pulling with your marketing efforts in the same direction, it's more comfortable to produce all those marketing efforts. And it gives a cohesive look and feel, a personality of your business in the community. And people feel like they know you. They know what you stand for. It's like when you buy a new iPhone, assuming you're an iPhone user, you look at that box, you can tell what is going to be in that box. Even though that thing is practically just a plain white box. It has hardly any words, hardly any imagery on it. Because Apple is so consistent with all their marketing efforts that you know what a white box means. Plain white box, right? You're gonna be so consistent in all of your marketing efforts with your recycling that it's going to provide your customers with the Apple experience. But it's also gonna make your life easier. Because you're not gonna be pulling against yourself and producing a ton of different things for different purposes that don't look alike or all start from scratch. They're all gonna be interconnected with each other. But what is all that stuff gonna be on social media? Well, on the website, we talk about all the who, what, where, when, why, hows of your market. You're gonna recycle all of that to social media. All those business hour information, qualities of the business that you type in your Google business, you can post those as social media posts. And you should post those as social media posts. And you should post those as social media posts repeatedly. So once you have that post of this is who we are, this is what we stand for, this is where we're located, this is when we're open, this is when we're closed, this is, all those little posts, you can trot them back out again, maybe quarterly, maybe weekly, whatever makes sense for your business. Reminding people, yep, we're still here, yep, we still do this cool thing. Then Also chop back out from your website marketing, your market's messages. Make Saturday market day. Bring Mountain Magic to your home. Those are a couple of the ones that I saw on your guys' websites. Bring those over to your socials and post them. Those are your key messages about your market. Also your timeless and seasonal messages. The things in life that don't change too often. The benefits of shopping with you. What in people's lives is gonna be different? It's gonna be better. Because they have no who exists and have shopped with you. That doesn't expire, that doesn't change. That is timeless. You can share that all the time.
Question,
Yeah,
would that be where we would want to go ahead and put in SNAP opportunities here, or would it be?
oh, totally. You can put SNAP opportunities in a post about the market. It would be in the how kind of category. We accept SNAP. Here's how to pay with SNAP at the market, right? It could be in a key messages category too. There's somebody in here that produces a delicious food product and they are allergen friendly. They have some dedicated recipes and products for a variety of diets. And if you message them, they will make you something just for you with your specific allergy stuffs, right? And on their website, it says that they provide, was it delicious treats for everyone who eats? And that's a key message for them. They are for everyone. And so you are too, right? We provide delicious food for families on any budget, right? So you have your SNAP acceptance over here in your how. Here's how to pay with SNAP in the market. Then you have it in the key message, the kind of market we are, who we stand for, what we do. We are for everyone, even people on limited incomes, right? We will help you make the most of your limited resources so you have a happy, healthy family, because that is what we believe in at this market. So it's a key message. But then it could also be a seasonal message, because the market is opening soon. Make sure you know how to pay with SNAP before you get here. Look forward to seeing you soon. It can be a storytelling message though too. You can say you have a vendor who started accepting SNAP and it completely transformed their business. You can say, meet Ashley. She hand crochets frogs, zebras, and crocodiles, but not lions. And Ashley is a vendor at our market. And she recently started accepting SNAP through our vendor mentorship program. Hear her message, and Ashley can take the phone from you and be like, I was so glad to have this opportunity to grow my business. I got connected with the community. I connected poor children, poor frogless children, with the frogs that they needed, right? And then other vendors that are thinking about vending with you see that and be like, wow, he mentors those vendors, right? Other shoppers see that and go, oh, I thought the farmer's market was for blank. For some reason, there's a lot of stereotypes about farmer's market. You think like a tall, thin human, maybe with nice yoga pants and yoga mat, fresh out of the classroom, only eats vegan, has a decent income and a higher education. There's all of these stereotypes. And the research shows this too. So it's not just stuff we're making up in our brains. The science shows this too. People assume if they are short and round and broke, that they are not welcome at the market, that the market is not a place for them. So that post was good for your vendor. It was good for the community. It says, hey, I'm welcome at the market, even on a budget, right? I'm welcome in that space. But it's a storytelling message that highlighted your vendor, but then it's highlighted your market too, because it showed that you are a welcoming place. You are a place where people grow, where people feel safe. So that SNAP message could be here and here and here and here. Yeah, I know a frog hand crocheted would not be a SNAP eligible purchase. But you get my ramblings, the point, the hint of them, like what they mean, even if I'm not as eloquent as I'm asking. The same information can be recycled in different things, and then that can be reposted. So next year the market opens, you say, hey, the market's back, so is vendor Ashley. Remember her? And you put the same video back up again. Won't hurt anything. And they see all that again. So you're recycling from the web to your social, and year after year, season after season, and working every little bit about every aspect of you into all of those things. So that way you're not creating from scratch your marketing message. You're not coming up every day with a new tagline, a new slogan, a new what's in it for me. It's being consistent in the heart and soul of your business. This is a place for everybody. This is a place that makes dreams happen for small business owners. This is a place that feeds families and communities. This is a place where everyone belongs and everyone thrives. You don't have to like reinvent all those marketing messages every time. You take that one and format it in different ways. Recycle, recycle, recycle. Make sense? Yeah. And all of that stuff, I would post to your website first, and then over to your socials, and then over into your subscriber messages, your email marketing. So you'd hit their inbox. Need better action. Come see her at the market this weekend, right? Email it.
Question again.
Yeah.
Last year I asked the same question I'm gonna ask right now. If we want, a shared video, say from Snap, you know, the whole, it was shown at another farmer's market video. Can we pick that up? Put it on our website here now with AI and things?
So you're thinking another market made the video and you want to use it?
Yeah, yeah.
There's considerations on that. Okay. Depends on the other market, depends on how you use it. So if a market in Florida posted a video of them making the most delicious recipe from produce that they sell at their market, and I see that and I go, shoot, I sell the
That's
same.
not what I meant.
I would embed that video so
I like
they can
that.
still have credit.
Not quite like that. No, last year was, we had to have somebody that was the recipient of the SNAP coupons, et cetera, whether it be the farmer. And I would like to know if there's a possibility, and he probably knows more about
I know
That's
it's all. Okay, so I believe you're asking like if DFI shares a video about SNAP. Any of the government agencies like SNAP or DFI, I mean, anything that you know that's local, that's government tied, you can absolutely share that stuff on your site.
And I would love to have it before the start of the season, so we have a prelude into, okay, we're back in with SNAP again this year. We didn't video anything last year, so, you know, I mean, because it was kind of, you know, very small, thing about that. So, but if we could intro it in with a video and like that.
Yeah, so, and it's kind of, we're going the same direction. So if it's from another market that's out of market and you want to repurpose it, if you do it as a shared Facebook post or a shared, like an embed to the market website so that their branding is still there, their account is still there, they're getting still full credit, you're not gonna get in trouble like copyright wise. If you rip that video and repost it to your own without their permission, you will. Doing it in state, in the local context is harder because if you're using a video that another market made on your stuff, you're just sending people to them, or did you maybe want to do that? Sometimes that is great to have that cross promotion. Sometimes it's can be a little harmful to yourself. So you just be strategic about how you do it. But same thing, you'd have to make sure it was as an embed or a share, not a download, re-upload. You go to copyright jail. But
Does Claire have,
the thing around that about copyright jail is it doesn't really apply to the USDA, the BLM.
Do you have a video you can share?
UNR.
I don't, but I could make one, I guess.
I think that's kind of cool to have.
Yeah.
Or you like a YouTube page with Nevada Parks Market or the promotion program, some of the resources out there.
Well, the questions last year were, where do we go? You know, to, when at the farmer's market, who do we see to receive? And, you know, it's always the farmer that receives it and so forth. You know, what, if I'm not gonna be a receiver of it, which I will anyhow, but, you know, but maybe there's an option, if some, they can go to here, there, whatever. And if there was a video saying, all right, this is how this is operated as, you know, you come to the farmer's market, you go to the farmer. Okay.
Get out your phone.
It's all,
Get out your phone, turn the camera around and just start talking to it.
yeah, yeah.
And say that, and then upload. Yeah, it doesn't have to be fancy. It could be just a dude in a baseball cap. You don't need a videographer, you don't need a microphone, you don't need all that fancy high production stuff. You don't have to get like branded introductions and outro slides all out of DFI or anything. You can turn on your phone, flip the camera and be like, so.
This is before though, before the start of the farmer's market season, right? We can just kind of.
Yep.
Can't mind it.
You love
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
Stand up, come.
I'll be the farmer.
Stand-up comedy.
Everything he does is stand-up comedy.
No comment.
No comment?
Alright,
It would, for that specific case, it would be easier for you to do it than because I have to get my video approved through several different channels before I could post it. And it would have to like,
like adhere to certain guidelines, whereas like if you took it and posted it to your own social media, I could like help you draft it.
You can come in later on and groom ours or, yeah.
And it's helpful because each market is a little bit different as far as like how they accept SNAP.
Yeah, they love the professionalism. A whole lot better than mine.
Yeah.
But you know what, if you're gonna be the person who is taking SNAP, it actually wants you to, the person to see you.
Yeah.
And if I'm, you know, a person who has SNAP and I'd look for you at the farmer's market.
Yes.
So having your face to it is helpful. I mean, having her face wouldn't be helping you because people will be looking for her instead of you. So this is your marketing. So this is what you want.
You know, the only connection that they have as far as problem is they go to me and then they want to go ahead and say, was he the only one that's receiving them?
But it's then you can say, hey, this is
You to
what
ask
is it?
questions about
Yeah,
it.
so
Yeah.
they can come to you and they'll already have a connection with you where they feel comfortable asking you, which farmers can I go to?
Like, oh, I saw that video with you. I think he might know the answers to our questions. And then they're gonna go to you instead of wandering around or just not asking the questions at all.
Well, that was the problem that we, as farmers trying to run our own booth, is that do we have time to do all that?
True.
And I thought last year, I said, what if there was on site a SNAP rep who was there to take the load off our shoulders? So that could be you.
Yeah, unfortunately, I cannot be at every market in Nevada.
Something,
We can't yet.
something that might be really easy for you to do too, which I don't know how in depth you want to do it, is if you created like a YouTuber, you had a website, have a video, just one page with a video explaining how to do it, and then a QR code stand at your site. So if you're busy with people and you can't explain it, say if you scan this QR code, it's gonna lead you to a video that's gonna explain exactly how to use it. And then it still shows your face, they're coming to you, but you don't have to stop what you're doing to answer their questions. And then they can take that and utilize it with other booths that are there that accept SNAP. It's pretty easy, doesn't have to be fancy at all, and then then you're getting views on a YouTube, which is also gonna lead more people to you as well.
If you embed the video onto your website and then make a QR code go to the video that's embedded on your website, you'll be driving website traffic.
Yeah.
And you'll get the benefits of being on YouTube at the same time. And then, yeah, you can put that QR code on the back of your business cards, hand those around to your vendors. And if your vendor runs into somebody with a question, they can flip it over, scan and go. That could be on a sign at the welcome entrance space. It could be on a sign at the vendor information booth, the shopper information booth. So yeah, you could get a ton of mileage video in a way that doesn't tie you up too much.
Yeah.
But you'll be a minor celebrity, it'll be awesome.
Well, what you should be mindful of is that most of the seniors don't use internet and understand.
Good night.
So why not just have the table? Because in Shirley's Farmers Market, the table is there. United Methodist Church, there's a table that does it. So instead of one, you have your wife can run the table. That would explain to most people. Most seniors don't have
I had some eggs.
phones to go and go to or YouTube and do them. They just want it on the spot.
Yes, so not all of your SNAP recipients will be the kind of folks who are afraid to just show up and ask questions and figure it out as they go. Just some demographics will want that information in advance on the website or in a video in a non-human contact way. But some of your audience is just gonna show up and be that personal factor. They'll see somebody in a shirt that looks official and they'll be like, you young man, I need some support with this. Or they'll see the information booth and be like, I think I'm in the right place. And they'll go ahead and ask. So yes, having the same information available in a variety of formats is awesome. It's one of those examples of recycling. And it's how you're gonna be serving the different aspects of your target market. Because some of the vendors and some of the shoppers that come are younger and some of them are in a different phase in life and some of them are retired and older, and everybody in those different ranges has different ways of searching out and receiving and communicating their own preferences about how they like to be interacted with, and having that information in a variety of formats is really going to be helpful. And if you have somebody who can staff that information table, that's amazing. But I know at some of the smaller markets, I'm thinking of Dan in Elko. He's like, well, I can staff my farm booth or the market information table because I'm the farmer, but I'm also the market manager. He can't be in two places at once. So then you just do the best that you can. But anytime you can provide different points of contact and different like tools for different people, it's really helpful. But it also comes down to how many hats can you wear. Maybe you can't be in person and online and at a table and at a booth and at and. And so then you triage based on how your target market most prefers to receive information. And then you go with their couple top options that you have the bandwidth to meet. Okay, so back to recycling, my favorite. So we went over a lot of this last year, but last year I didn't really have you guys capture your baseline on it. And I also didn't ask you to keep an eye on how things would be going between when I saw you then and when I'm seeing you now. So that's where these checklists are coming in handy now. You have them in front of you, they're same ones as website marketing, you know, exactly what I'm all about. And my key messages example. In your step 1, social media marketing, to get your full audit of where you're at now, so you can triage the resources for where you're going, what's on fire. The step 1 is like, I'm on social media, check. I'm on the channels that make sense for my audience and for me, check. My social media handles match my website, check. I have the basic information about my business on my social media too. What's my business's name? Where is it? When is it open? All that fun stuff, right? I've got those key messages on my social media. I've got all of that step 1 checked off if I do. No, if that's the case for you, if you're pulling up your socials and you're checking these off, you're doing awesome. And then you're gonna go into that step 2 checklist. This one is a little bit more complicated. So if you are a market manager that manages multiple markets, Facebook has a thing called location pages, and you could have the main parent brand Facebook page has an umbrella over the pages for the locations of your markets. And then the general updates that apply to all of your markets, you would only have to post once to this account, and they would magically appear on all of the other accounts. So you don't have to post things in multiple places just because you have multiple locations. So that's that little checkbox, but it only applies to a few people. So that one doesn't apply to you, leave it blank. It's not a bad thing. Then on the step 2 of the social media checklist, you're checking off the quality of your posts and the variety of them, right? Are you using photo and video and text and links, or are you just links all day? You're looking at the anatomy of your post. So when you're posting, you remember to include an engaging opening. Like you and I were talking about engaging opening at the lunch when we were like, so, you know.
Searching.
Mm-hmm. Are you looking for? Well, then.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a compelling call to action, like make your home a magical place today, shop the link in bio to get you that wood mosaic. Link you back to your website with that link, using hashtags and mentions, putting alternate text or image descriptions and captions on your items so that they're accessible to a variety of people. And check off in your audit if your social media graphics are looking pretty fancy. So in the beginning, when you're producing social media graphics, you're kind of making it up as you go, right? So maybe you're using Canva. It's a free graphic design tool, comes with a variety of templates built into it. And when you're getting those posts out, fantastic. It's better than them not getting out the door at all. Yeah. But then later, when you go back and look at your grid and you're thinking about leveling up your skills, do all the posts look like they were made by a different person because they were made by a different Canva template? Okay, maybe that's something you can level up for next year. Consistent fonts, consistent colors, consistent logo use, so that it looks like all these graphics came from the same business. Yeah.
What do you think about Canva's function to post automatically to different social media accounts? I know it's kind of integrated. I don't use it. I know it exists, but I was just curious your thoughts if you use it or if you recommend people use it.
I don't use it. I don't recommend not using it or anything. It's just at the university, we use Sprout Social as our scheduling platform, but I love third-party social media tools that let you schedule out well in advance, because you can schedule out through the busy times and you don't have to remember to set aside time when everything's on fire. It's May, you know, like I've got stuff to do. Because you can just schedule that out in January when it was a little slower. And they also make it a little easier to recycle content from platform to platform. Because in those tools, you build the post, you build it for the most picky of the platforms that you're on. And then you ship it to that platform, and then you copy it for the other platform, you ship it to that one. You copy it for the other one, ship it to that one. The only thing that you have to remember as you're recycling that way is some things are done differently on the different platforms. So some of them handle alt text differently, or tagging people. So you want to tag somebody on Instagram and on Facebook in the same kind of post. Well, you tag them on Instagram, you copy it over to Facebook. Well, their Facebook handle doesn't match their Instagram handle because they did not check the checkbox yet. So that copy of the post, that tag that you had, is broken. It won't work and it looks ridiculous. So then you have to manually go into your copy and like fix that tag. So as you're copying from platform to platform using those tools, it does help make life easy, but you do have to not go as fast as you want to and go copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, done. You have to go copy, paste, double check, copy, paste, double check, because there will be slight differences between the platforms that you'll have to account for. The other thing to think about in scheduling out posts is to watch the news. Because you'll schedule out a post months in advance, right? Trying to think of one that would work. Oh, thinking about the University of Nevada, Reno Extension has a 4-H youth development program that has a shooting sports program, teaches kids archery, all sorts of fun stuff. If I have a post going out inviting people to join 4-H shooting sports, take advantage of an upcoming 4-H shooting sports training, and there has been anything in the news about gun violence, I am gonna want to pull that post. Even though I scheduled it months in advance. It's not a good look. To be like, hey, children, would you like to play with bows and arrows and sharp pointing objects right after it's, there's a mass shooting or something like that, and I'm talking about shooting sports? Not a good look. So when you schedule things out, it's great to use those tools. Some of them cost money and maybe you can't all afford that right now, and that's fine. But as you're using those tools, copy, paste, yes, but make sure to tweak for each platform and make sure to not just set it and forget it. Because if you post something and then there's an issue in the news, it could cause you some drama. But make sure to go in and pull any posts should there be like something scandalous hitting TV. Good question. There you go. Use all the tools to automate your life, make your life easy. Just be careful because nothing replaces that human check on things. So I told you I'd bring this back on the social media session, but on the social media preview, you don't want to just be looking at the checklist. You also want to be looking at your checklist for your overall marketing schedule, your marketing plan. Make sure you go back to that marketing checklist and take a specific look at some of the dates or some of the boxes. The resources to produce the web content are going to be slightly different than the resources to produce the social media content. So update your plan now that you've expanded from your website into social media marketing to support your social media responsibilities. The same person who is posting to your website doesn't necessarily have to be the same person who's posting to your social. Maybe you have the responsibilities, clearly assign them to somebody. Make sure they know they're on first for that. And then also on that checklist for your marketing plan, when you add in your social media things to that yearly schedule, then also go back at the end of the year and just double check how the follow through happened, not just on the website, but also on the social side too. So that way you can update that plan for next year to make it skin you better and not chafe as much. That first year, the plan is just an idea, a dream. But as you refine it every year, it's getting it smoother and smoother, but only if you remember to go back and visit your boxes. Also take a look on the planning side, because these things that you're doing are going to impact your social media marketing. So if you're leveling up your search engine optimization by posting to relevant forums or writing guest articles to relevant websites or media outlets, then those are social media posts for you. Those are also subscriber updates for you. Those are also ingredients that you can use to do the content refresh on your website. So everything is all interconnected. When you look at your social media marketing checklist, checking things off Also make sure to go back to your overall marketing plan checklist, because social media is just one part of that overall big picture. And it needs that bird's eye view to be successful. The same thing is on the website. Once you have all your checky boxes checked, they will map 2 worksheets at this link. And because I love recycling and you love recycling now too, notice a lot of these worksheets seem familiar from the website, because the website is your marketing home base. So you're gonna follow these worksheets, create that content. Then you're going to teaser that content on social media, linking back to your website each time. And when we meet again for the social media marketing session that's gonna come up online, we'll put this stuff into action. I know, I'm a bad penny. I turned up in the introduction. I turned up in the website marketing. I turned up in the social media marketing. Now, Randy, I'm gonna see you again. You know, I don't know, maybe it's not a threat. Maybe it's a lovely promise. I hope it's a promise. But I'm so excited to have shared this time with you today. Talk some of my favorite things, playing on the internet all day, right? Get in trouble with you, yeah. And I'm so looking forward to seeing you again with the checklist, with the worksheets, doing some hands-on social media marketing at our online Zoom session. We'll get that link in your inbox. Make sure you cover it. And don't forget to sign up for those online sessions that you and I and others have been teasing today. You'll want to make sure you get your hour of live.